What is up, everybody? Happy Wednesday night. Happy Waiver Wire Camping Eve. How y'all doing tonight? Looks like we got Justin in here. How you doing tonight, Justin? Mason, what's good? Welcome back to the stream. Yeah, apologize to anyone who was there earlier today where I had to cut off the stream a little bit early, but I appreciate y'all being very cooperative. But boys, waivers should be processing in about just an hour, right? JJ Martin, what's up? Matt, you're back as well. Dude, you're doing better than Burke. Burke over there with all of his finals and exams and stuff like that. You might be taking over for him, man. Yeah, everyone make sure, I guess before we start, make sure we, get all your waivers set. I honestly always forget to set my waivers because, we're kind of just chilling by. But Mason, do you think Swift or Gore is more likely to miss their game? I'm thinking maybe Gore. Swift has been out for 2 weeks now, right? So I'm hoping he gets back. Parth, what's up? Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, thank you, Parth. Hey, but good job. You and Kevin tied 10-5. Guys, for anyone who's interested, the weekly, so I just, forgot that we have a normal week this week, and we will have a Thursday night game tomorrow night. So I will be posting my my weekly pick'em challenge tomorrow morning. So if you would like to participate, go ahead and just put your picks in whenever that video comes out. Just list who you think is going to win for each matchup, and we'll go from there. Matt says, I have Lurson, I'm not in college. Gotcha. Matt, what, are you on break or what? Or are you like not in college in general? Justin says, quick question for the defenses. I have Miami Dolphins and I picked up Tampa Bay and Carolina. I should start one of these or should I look for something else? Justin, I don't know if you're able to look at the video from today that I posted, but go check that out. I actually broke down the top 10 defenses in my opinion for each week in the playoffs and what I think are good stashes for different combinations. So take a look and see how that looks to you, and let me know if you have questions. Yeah, for sure. I appreciate it. And I'm not trying to avoid the question, but it's just that I actually do have a list that's probably going to be a lot easier to comprehend and read than however I would explain to you. So take a look at that and let me know if you have any questions about it. Matt says I wouldn't even start Gore, and Swift has been out for three weeks. So yeah, it sounds like he should be back this week. We'll see how bad the concussion actually is, right? But hopefully it's not too bad. Mason says I have the Bears right now, but I'm debating picking up Carolina or even the Patriots. Who's a better start for this week? Let's go take a look. I'm sure we're gonna get a lot of defense questions, right? So I'm just gonna pull up my list so we can reference it. Give me 1 second. So I don't know if I'm a big fan of the Bears this week, honestly. So who do we have? We have Bears, Patriots, and Carolina, right? If you had to choose one of those, I'd probably go. I think I might go Carolina here against the Broncos. I do like them. I'm not really scared of the Broncos offense. I think Drew Lock can be very turnover prone, so I don't mind it. Matthew says I'm a senior in high school. Gotcha. Are you from the same town that Burke is from, or how do you guys know each other? Justin, no problem. No problem at all. Mason, all right, appreciate it. We always like views. Grizzly says, should I drop Nelson Aguilar for QT? So I know you're thinking that because of what happened last week, right? Here's my take. Coochie looked very good, right? He looked very good. He got a lot of targets, a big amount of volume. So on paper, he should be good moving forward, right? My only concern is just the fact that he's only had one game. We only have one game sample size of, the current situation, which is without Fuller. I don't know that I would give up on Aguilar just yet. I actually think he has an okay matchup outside of this week, and he might be able to do okay this week. Aguilar, we know for sure, consistently gets a lot of targets, right? So I would actually be a little hesitant before you drop Aguilar. If you really wanted to pick up Kiki, I wonder if you can maybe pick up someone else instead. Justice says, do you think the 49ers will play better than the Tampa Bay? Yeah, they're playing Washington this week, right? So I like it a lot. I know that people are, I think some people are a little hung up on the fact that, Tampa Bay is a very, very solid offense and, a solid defense. But my take is that they're still going to go against Dalvin Cook. They're still going to go against Thielen and Jefferson. So I actually do like, matchup-wise, I like 49ers a lot better this week. Mason says, Matt Smith, I was more or less thinking about picking up Ty Johnson or AP in case Zeke doesn't play. Is Zeke injured? I haven't heard of anything from so far. Christian says, and start 3 out of Ridley, Cooks, Parker, and Deebo Samuel. I'd probably go, I mean, for sure, Ridley. Parker did he do well this week? Let me see what happened with him. Because I definitely liked him a lot less without Fitzpatrick, right? Oh, that's tough. Honestly, I'd probably lean. Yeah, like him against Tua, I don't love. So we have, let's see, we have Parker against the Chiefs, Samuel against the 49ers, Cooks. So Ridley for sure. The other 3 are kind of in the same sort of tier, in my opinion. I'd probably go Cooks and maybe Deebo here, honestly. I think they have a little slightly higher upside. That says 2 questions, Tannehill or Rodgers, and I have a chance to pick up the Niners D. Should I start them over the Ramsey, Gibson, Zelfo, and Terry's questionable? Yeah, so between the 2, I like the Rams D slightly more, but you know, if you prefer the 49ers D, because they're going against Washington, I don't fault you at all. I have the Rams like just one or 2 steps above the 49ers. As for the quarterbacks, we're talking about Tannehill or Rodgers, right? That's also really close. I'd probably go Rodgers here because he's technically your stud. I honestly think Tannehill has a great matchup, but I do prefer Rodgers slightly just because I feel like it's very, very easy for him to go off, and they're a more pass-heavy team rather than Titans who are more run-heavy in some way. Matt says, I know Breakthrough Fantasy, live across the country. Oh, gotcha, that's funny. That's awesome. Hey, fantasy brings people together, right? Mason says, only other option would be Titans. I would try and pick up Carolina. Should I drop Goddard, Miami defense, or Bears defense? I would honestly maybe drop... Here, let me pull up my Excel spreadsheet too. That would actually make things a lot easier. Playoff. Let me see 1 second. So I don't know if I love Miami that much moving forward because they've got some tough matches, right? The Bears. Let me see. Do I have the Bears anywhere here? I would definitely drop Miami or Bears, whichever one you feel less comfortable with, because you absolutely don't need 3 defenses here. I would keep Goddard and see how he does. Sam Mabar, what's up, man? Pick 2 for wide receivers: Woods, AJ Brown, McLaurin, and Cooks. So for sure, AJ Brown, I really like him this week, as opposed to the other ones. Let me see, who do we have here? So we have McLaurin, we have Cooks, and we have Woods. I'd probably go McLaurin here, assuming he's healthy. If not, then I would go Cooks. Part says Terry is questionable, I think, due to already living in that wide receiver 1 who left. Yeah, Vikings put up 30 a week. I wouldn't start Tampa. Yeah, Tampa is gonna put them to the test, right? I do think that there's a chance the Vikings could do very well. Jerry, what's up, man? 49ers defense or Washington defense? 49ers for sure. I like the 49ers, just a better defense overall, and Washington is a lesser offense in my opinion. Jason says he was limited today with a calf injury. I'm guessing he will most likely play. I think he will as well. I do think he's gonna play. I'm not too worried about that. Jeremy says, let's see. Also, what do you think about these trades? Russell for Aaron Rodgers and Rojo, and J.D. McKissick for David Montgomery. I like the Aaron Rodgers side, and I like the David Montgomery side here. The Rojo McKissick honestly isn't bad if we knew Rojo was going to be a little bit more consistent, but I just think whoever ends up being the lead back is a little bit tougher. Ari, what's up? What's up? How you doing, man? Welcome. Parsons, yeah, some leagues apparently just don't have trade deadlines. Kush says Nike, I love this. Nike, Jordan, Adidas, Under Armour, who just signed with? I'd have to go with, I think I'd have to go with Nike, man. Sam says Nike, I like it. Iris says Pittman or T.Y. Hilton, Colts wide receiver 1. I lean Hilton a little bit more. Roughly same amount of targets over the last 2 weeks, but a little bit more productive. Gilbert, what's up, man? Welcome. Good to see you back. How you been doing, man? Matt says, yeah, Rodgers just has more potential to have a higher scoring game. In week 2, they versus Lions. Rodgers got 20, but Jones got 40. Yeah, exactly. Hey, Zeus, what's up? My RB2 is CMC. I need to take a backup if CMC doesn't play. Who's better option to drop to pick a backup? Miami defense, Mixon, or Galladay? If you don't need... It depends on what you need, right? Miami defense, if you're not going to start this week, I probably would drop them. The other two are both, like... very risky. They're not risky holds, but like you're holding them with the potential that they might not play. So I would probably go Miami defense if you're set on defense there. That says definitely drop Miami. Justin says I have Tyler Bass for my kicker. It is playoffs and kicker matter too. The Bills play against the Steelers defense. Will they get field goal range enough? I think Bass is fine, honestly. I'm not worried about it. Honestly, guys, like I'm not gonna give my picks just yet. For anyone who's just joining, we're gonna do our tomorrow morning, or just sometime when you guys have time before the Thursday night game, between tomorrow morning and the game. Please, I thought it was really fun. Please go and put in your guesses for this week for our pick'ems. Listen, guys. I might have got lucky, but you guys need to beat the streamer, right? So someone's got to beat my record this week. But as for Tyler Bass, I don't mind him that much. I think they'll actually make it a game. So if they can't get into the end zone, their offense is good enough that they'll get them into field goal range. So I like him. I guess Justin, who else do you have as options, right? Jerry says Ryan Suck with the best kicker, no cap. Yeah, he's been doing well. I think he's actually I think the Bucks are gonna be able to score on the Vikings, so he could be very good. Ty, what's up, man? How you doing? I'm so grieving over the loss of Gibson, plus losing my bye week. Oh, that's rough. That's rough. Sorry to hear that, man. The rip in the chat for Ty, please. Justin says waiver has Crosby, Blankenship, Sly, Suckup, McManus. I like Blankenship a lot. Listen, I'm a Colts fan, but I'm just gonna go with Blankenship. McManus is probably decent as well. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, they're still going to be crapshoots, right? It's just who you want for the rest of the season. Matt says only start Miami if you're desperate, but Casey will run. I agree. Sven, what's up, man? How you doing? Yo, welcome. How's your week been? You ready for some waiver wire? Drop Lazard for QT, trying to beef up the bench. I don't know if I would necessarily do that. Again, what I've been telling everybody is QT, like, he looks good, but we've only seen one game. Lazard has been slowly trending upwards, right? Who do I feel more comfortable starting with this week? Probably Lazard more so. They're very similar players in my opinion, so it just depends on if you want to take the risk on QT or not. Ari, who wins, Rams or Patriots? I can't be giving out my secrets yet. You guys will find out tomorrow morning. JJ, again, to the Bears-Cardinals question, you guys will find out tomorrow morning who I like. Can't be giving out too many secrets, yeah. Part says also thinking about scooping up Jared Goff since Big Ben plays Indy week 16. Yeah, one thing to consider, guys, I don't know if you guys heard my little spiel about the Steelers-Colts game. Very, very good chance that if the Steelers have number 1 seed secured, which is going to be a little tough because the Chiefs are tied with them right now. Mason Rudolph could be playing on the Colts defense in week 16. Tyson is currently looking for decent flex on waivers. How would you rank these in terms of priority? Hilton, Gucci, or Ty? I'd probably go, if you want the most reliable amount of points, if Frank Gore isn't playing, I go Ty, but with news of him potentially playing this week, I'd probably go Hilton, then Gucci. Ari says Dan Bailey needs to retire. Oh yeah, that was rough. Jeffrey, what's up? Lazard or T.Y. Hilton? I like T.Y. a little bit more. He should be the number 1 option there versus Lazard, who's like sort of like 2A versus 2B. Sven says defense for week 14, Saints or Steelers. I have the Steelers, but I'm sure I'm about starting them. I'm also number 3 on the waiver wires. Go Saints, man. Sven, if you haven't checked it out, go look at my my playoff defense video. Guys, I'm sorry. I'm gonna promote the crap out of it just because I spent a lot of work on it. But Sven, I have top 10 defenses for every week in the playoffs, so hopefully that'll be good for you. But for this week, I just remember off the top of my head, I like the Saints the best. Ty says at RE, I can see the Pats winning and making a Goff choke as well. And yes, Bailey got to go home to retirement home. Jeffrey says Bernard, Jared Henderson, McKissick. I like McKissick, especially if you're in PPR, Jeff. Sven says defense for week 14 with the highest points. Tell us that secret. Yeah, Saints. I like it. On paper, they're the best defense in my opinion. Matt says I'm glad Breck isn't here because I'm asking questions about waivers and he would be the guy to steal them. That's hilarious. Sven, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Hey guys, let me know what you thought about the video. It's very different than what I usually do. I hope that format was okay. I try to just change it up a little bit, you know, to I just try to change it up a little bit. So let me know if you guys prefer that format. I don't know if it was like too techy or like too technical or anything like that. But yeah, just if you have an opinion on it, just please let me know. Let's see, McKissick or Goff as a flex. So we're thinking super flex here, Johnny. Is that right? Like you're talking. I mean, there's not another Goff, right? So we're talking about super flex. I mean, I feel like you always put a quarterback there, even though Goff hasn't been super great, right? Yeah, Goff hasn't been great, but I feel like I'd still go him. Because besides the San Francisco game, his floor has been like 10 or 11, you know? Which you'd be happy with McKissick got it, so I feel like you gotta go there. Oh, Cup. McKissick or Cup? I'd probably lean McKissick a little bit more. Especially if you're in PPR, man. Just slightly, just slightly. Luke, what's up, man? How you doing? How you doing? Don't worry about it, Johnny. We all make mistakes. Talking Sports, what's up? Should I start Brady or Tannehill? By the way, thank you so much for subbing, man. I appreciate it. So for this week, we've got the Titans are the Patriots are sorry, not the Patriots. The Bucks are playing the Vikings. The Titans are playing. Who are the Titans playing again? Titans schedule. Jags. Both are decent. I think I'd go Ryan Tannehill a little bit. I love him moving forward, guys. I think he could very much end up as like a top 3, top 4 quarterback for the season. So I go Tannehill for this week. But yeah, thanks for the sub again, talking. We're getting up there, boys. Toby, what's up? Did you actually set an alarm? Because like, you really don't need to do that for me. I appreciate that more than anything, but. Luke, yo, Dan excellently impressed the red button last week, I think. When is waiver wire tonight? It should be in about 40-ish minutes, I would say. Justin, I skipped you. I'm sorry. Oh, sorry. Yeah, my bad, Justin. Yo, call me out or I skip you guys, because you guys know I will answer every question. So Justin says from waiver, my first pick is McKissick, second is T.Y. Johnson, third is Ayuk, fourth is Kuti, fifth is Cole Beasley. It's half PPR. Are you okay with this order? Aiming for 3 max. Justin, assuming you're okay at each position and there's not one you desperately need, and so what that tells me is actually you absolutely need running backs, right? But if all things equal, I would actually go Ayuk, Cole Beasley, McKissick, Ty Johnson, and then Kuti. Maybe switch Kuti and Ty Johnson, but if Ayuk is there, that's your number one priority. Go grab him, please. Cole Beasley is next, guys, and then we'll go McKissick, then either Ty or Kuti. Toby, I appreciate it, man. You should get some sleep though. But hey, if you want to hang out, come hang out. Jeff says, sorry, one more question. No problem at all. McKissick or Ty Johnson? Yeah, if it's PPR, I like McKissick slightly more because he's literally going to get like 500 targets from Alex Smith. So PPR, I like McKissick a little bit more. Standard, I'd probably lean Ty, let's assume Gore is out, right? Half PPR, I'd probably go McKissick here. I really like McKissick in half PPR, especially if Gibson's out. And guys, for all you Gibson owners, it kind of sounds like he might be out for at least a couple of weeks, which kind of sucks, but you know, it happens. Justin says, yes, running back. I have Zeke, Kareem Hunt, and Drake. Yeah, so if you absolutely need it, I'd go McKissick. Then I would get Ayuk there next. Ayuk is your big target, man. He could be, I don't want to say a league winner, but he could be a strong playoff wide receiver. Look at what he did last week. Luke says, T.Y. Hilton, Kuti, Gabriel Davis, Rashard Higgins. I'd go T.Y. Hilton, Kuti, Higgins, and then Davis. Sven says, what do you think JD McKissick is scoring points in full PPR? Floor about 10. I think so. I think 10. He just gets, here, I want to show you guys here. He just gets such a ridiculous amount of targets from Alex Smith. And I'll give the spiel that I've been giving everybody about sort of McKissick and Gibson split, right? So whenever, the only time that Gibson's gonna go off and be like super good is when the Washington football team is up by a lot. They blew out the Cowboys, it was, right? On Thanksgiving, so I'm just gonna cover my face. They blew out the Cowboys on Thanksgiving, so that's why Gibson had that monster 3 TD game. But let's look at this. So Alex Smith took over what, like 4 weeks ago? Oh shoot, we can't see his targets here, but like just look at these numbers, right? Like this is the one where I kind of predicted that he wasn't gonna do as well. I don't remember if they blew him out here either, but like these were probably Gibson games, right? But look at everything else, 7, 9, 10, and he's not catching 100% of his stuff, right? Which means he's getting a lot of targets. This is half PPR, by the way, too, which means 5 extra points here, you know, yeah. So I really like McKissick. Luke says Ty Johnson over Barber. If Gore is out, I would go Ty Johnson over Barber. I don't like Barber, guys. Listen, Peyton Barber could be good anywhere from like 0 to like 2, 3 touchdowns. I admit it, right? But he's most likely going to be only good for like 30 yards on like 20 rushes. So his yards per carry is really bad. Yeah, no problem, Jeff. You're welcome. Thanks for the question. Ari says, do I drop Seattle defense since I'm on bye week 14? I think Seattle's a good hold. I think Seattle's a decent hold. Let's see, Seattle I have... Depends on if you need them week 15. If you want to play them 15, hold them. If you have someone else better 15, then you can drop them. Matt says, I think I'm picking up the 49ers D. I feel like I should drop Kirk, but I could drop Edmonds or Jeff Wilson. Oh, I would honestly drop Jeff Wilson or probably Jeff Wilson, honestly. I mean, Wilson or Edmonds, whatever you like. Wilson's going to be relevant if Mostert's injured, but not relevant otherwise, you know, in a different way. So I think either is fine. Giggles, what's up? Welcome back. I have Jonathan Taylor, Drake, and Swift to play this week. They all have great matchups. Who do I play? I go JT and at least Swift if he's actually playing. Swift will have a slightly, we're slightly concerned about him in case, you know, because we don't really know what the deal is with the new coach, and maybe they're going to give AD more touches, right? So if that's the case, then I'd go Drake. So it depends on if you want to take the risk of Swift. We've seen one game with Swift where he like was very much featured, and then that coach got fired. So JT is the must start there. Jacob, what's up? Welcome. Justin says he received 10 last week, 5 points already in halfway PR. He received 10 out of 10 targets. I checked it. Nice. Okay, perfect. Thanks for stat checking that, man. So I mean, yeah, again, you know, the targets are there. It's crazy, right? Sven says, first week Alex played, I was expecting Gibson ball out, JT got all drink. Yeah, that's the thing. Alex is going to be the check down king. The first 2 games, I remember talking about him a few weeks ago. I think he like had like over 70, 75 attempts and like, yeah, he had like something like 45 and like 30 plus attempts back to back, and he had over 750 yards. He's the ultimate check down king, guys. Rag, what's up? No, ask any questions you want, Rag. Go ahead and ask anything you want, and we'll answer it. This is we don't discriminate. Thank you for asking though. That's very polite. Ty says 49ers fan. Jeff Wilson's only nice if Coleman and Mo started out. Even one. There you go. Okay, perfect. Jacob says I will play Swift. If not, then Drake. Mason says, should I put in a claim for Barber, Ty Johnson, or AP in case Zeke doesn't play? I'd probably go Ty Johnson. Ugh. I still like AP's upside a lot more, so if Swift is for sure playing, then you got to go Barber. But I like Ty Johnson out of those, assuming Gore doesn't play. Henry says, sup bro, you helped me win this week by telling me to start JT and I made the playoffs. Yo, I'm so glad to hear those, guys. That actually like makes my night when you guys come in and like tell me that stuff, because you know we for the most part people like to come in and be vocal when I tell them wrong advice. But Henry, I'm so glad, man. Yeah, I remember that. I called JT as he was my running back of the start of the week. Obviously, he didn't score the most points, but he did pretty well. So hey, I'm glad that I was able to help, and glad you made the playoffs. That's awesome. What seed are you, Henry? Sven says I have Swift 2, just not sure about starting him. Yeah, we'll see. What we got? Let's wait 2 more days and see what comes out of the camp. Matt says only reason I have Wilson is Mostert gets injured. I have Mostert. There you go. Okay. Yeah, and that's kind of what I figured too. Giggles says Swift has been let down. He should be a top 10 fantasy running back, but concussion right when he's turning up. Yep. Jesus says Zeke is in the injury report. Calf injury is a good option to take Pollard now or go for Ty Johnson and wait for more news about the injury. It's never bad to handcuff your own guy. If we don't think it's serious, most likely Zeke plays, but Ty is not bad either. I'm thinking Gore doesn't play this week, but both of them are kind of in the same boat, right? At least we've seen what Ty's been able to do, and we know he's gonna get like a lot of volume. So I'd probably lean Ty a little bit here. Other Ty says, not fancy question. You heard the news that Chance single dropped early tonight? It actually sounds nice. Oh, I need to listen to it. I have not heard. I've been busy trying to prepare fantasy stuff that I did not know. I need to go check it out. What's it called? I mean, I guess I'll Google it. I'm sure I'll show up. Iris says Tannehill or Aaron Rodgers. I like Tannehill here. Jacob says, what do you think about the Ramsey? I love them. I think they're one of the best Ds for the fantasy playoffs. Ivan says, start Jameson Crowder versus Seahawks or Deontay versus Bills. Ooh, Jameson looked good last week, right? He looked really good. Out of the two, I still think Deontay is a better receiver. I kind of lean Deontay here. It's so hard for me to trust Jets players. That's the only thing, man. That's the only thing. Nothing against. It's honestly more Darnold than Jamison Crowder. Yeah, Chance the Rapper. Jacob says A-Rod for sure. Park says defense 1 with defense 0 upside. Spotify for tomorrow at work while doing procedures. Sven, what line of work are you in? I actually don't know if I ever asked you. What kind of procedures are you doing? Raxus, I need help with my wide receiver flex spots for this week. Hopkins, Diggs, A-Rob, Godwin, Mostert, CEH. Ooh. Really, really good lineups here. So let me look at these guys. Godwin, A-Rob. See, the reason I like A-Rob a lot is because he gets force-fed the ball so much that it makes him very, very fantasy relevant, right? Out of between A-Rob and, let's see, Godwin, I like Godwin better. Hopkins and Diggs. That's okay. And then we have Godwin and Mostert. So honestly, I might honestly go Hopkins, Diggs, and A-Rob here, man. Usually I love running backs a little bit more. If you're not feeling comfortable with Hopkins, I'd probably go. I might go Mostert here, unless 49ers fans don't think that's a good play. I might go Mostert here instead. But I think you got to go A-Rob and Diggs for sure. Mason says, should I drop Goddard for 1? Guys, I still think we should hold on to Goddard. Let's not just drop him because of the possibility of, what could happen with Jalen Hurts. This guy is like performing at tight end 1 numbers. I think we need to keep him. Sven says, pick 3 full PPR, Ridley, Julio, AJ Brown, MT, Deontay. I'd probably go. I don't know if we want to start both Ridley and Julio. I might go Ridley because Ridley's been a little bit more consistent than Julio this year, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. AJ Brown for sure, and then I'd probably lean Deontay or Michael. I think I go MT here. I think we go MT. So Ridley, AJ Brown, MT. If you don't like Ridley, pick your favorite Falcons receiver. Go Julio, AJ Brown, MT. I think it's bold to start both guys in playoffs. That's putting a lot of your eggs in the same basket, and you really don't need to because you have caliber. You have this very high caliber wide receivers. Martin Pino, what's up? Pick 2: Hunt, Sanders, Akers, or McKissick. If it's so full PPR, let's go. If we want the highest upside, I say we go Akers and McKissick. If you want to be a little bit less risk taking, I'd probably go Hunt and McKissick. But I honestly really like Akers, guys. I think he could be the one guy that we want to pick up and really prioritize potentially be like a league winner. Tyson's Coach G showed up this past week, just saying thanks for the confirmation last week. Yo, I appreciate, yeah, for sure. I mean, you know, if you played them, I'm very happy for you. They did well. They did very well. I know a lot of people were worried about them against the Texans, but hey, they're just a very, very steady and consistent defense. Besides that one game against the Titans where they lost a couple of their best players, they're very good. Jeffrey says, would you drop Allen Lazard to pick up T.Y.? I think I personally would, mainly because Allen, you know, obviously is that number 2 guy on the Packers, right? But, you know, we have to think about how much meaning does that have for us, because number 2 behind a number 1 guy who's literally getting like, you know, 90% of the targets. Not actually, right? But that's what it is, right? T.Y. has been showing us that he can he can produce. Over the last 2 weeks, he plays the Texans again, and historically, he's just very, very good against the Texans. So I prefer T.Y. because, you know, if you had to choose between the two, you know, it's playoffs already. I don't know if I have the patience to wait for Lazard to, like, you know, break out. Henry says 6 seed, perfect. Glad. Matt says I dropped Edmonds. He has a harder schedule. Can't afford to drop Kirk since I have 3 wide receiver. Okay, I like it. Justin says, I'm no fan. Should I grab Logan Thomas? I just don't like Logan Thomas's matchup this week. I don't think you actually need to. They're both very similar guys to me, so I think pick one that you like. Both have like an okay floor. I think Noah has a little bit lower floor or higher floor. Logan might have a slightly higher ceiling, but they're very, very similar tight ends. Talking Sports says I have Herbert, Cook, McCaffrey, Adams, Deontay Johnson, Kelsey, Claypool. And I'm the last seed in the 10-man playoffs. Okay, probably because of McCaffrey, right? Crowder's boomer bust. Matt says I traded Burke, Mike Davis for Ayuk. Oh, nice. I like it. Eric says happy waiver wire camping. What do you think about my waiver wire claims? Picking up Cucci for Hardman, McKissick for Mike Williams. I like it. I like that a lot. I think you're upgrading at both and getting sort of the immediate production, right? Sorry guys, I'm really behind. Oh geez, I'm so behind right now. I'm gonna catch up, guys. My bad. I did not realize I was so behind. New chant song is called The Return Perfect. I says you can Felly, Merton, Strash, and Logan Thomas better. I don't think Burton and Strash, man. I still think that it's a tight end carousel. I think Burton gets more red zone looks, right? Logan Thomas has a better floor, and that's what I've been, you know, I've been admitting to that. Burton doesn't get the volume, but he gets the red zone targets. Logan gets the floor. Classic weekly question: Fant or Goddard? Fant is a little bit safer for me, Ty. It's a little bit safer for me. But yeah, I know Irie. I know you don't like. I know you don't like my love for Burton. But trust me, I haven't been starting Burton recently. Yeah, Fant is a little safer than Goddard for me this week, but Goddard has a higher ceiling. Martin says pick 2. Yeah, so I think we went over that already. McKissick and Akers if you want the high side. McKissick and Hunt if you want a little bit better of a floor. I don't know if Jacobs plays this week. Mason says Taysom, A. Jones, Zeke, Keenan, A-Rob, Kelsey, Jeff versus Kyler, Eckler, Sanders, Lockett, Crowder, Gesicki, Landry. What side do you think gets to win? I'd probably go the first one, the Taysom side. Gronk or Ingram this week? Ooh, that's a good question. Gronk or Ingram? I think I like... I'm just getting rid of targets, but I think I like Gronk a little bit more. Henry says Dobbins, K-Hunt, Brandon Cooks, Cam Akers for my flex block full PPR. If you want, I would probably go Brandon Cooks or Cam Akers here. Cam Akers probably a little bit better upside if you're willing to take a risk on him. Gigo says pick 2 for my receivers this week: Lockett, Hill, Deontay Johnson, AB, Lazard, T against Claypool. I'd go Hill and Deontay Johnson here. Radiology technologist and do x-rays. Oh, interesting. Yo, Sven, we should talk a little bit. One of my last gigs I did, we actually worked with radiology a lot, so we should talk about that when fantasy cools down a little bit. Nesto, what's up? Should I drop Noah Fan for Stafford? I have Tanya and Kittle on my IR. Other QB is Ryan and Goff. Well, you don't need 3 QBs. So if anything, I would probably drop one of your QBs for Stafford, and I would probably drop Goff here. Rax says, thank you, A-Rob today for sure, and I'll probably play Hopkins over Mercer. I like it. Evan, or let's see, where are we at? Yeah, I like Gronk over Evan a little bit more. Tanyan or Andrews? I go Tanyan. Who's better flex PPR, Chubb or Robbie Anderson? I feel like we still got to go Chubb here. Chubb is just kind of, I really like him as a running back. Ty says, knowing that Gibson has turf toe, is he considered a dropper 16-week league? I don't know if necessarily, like, we'll see if he can come back by week 16 or maybe even week 15. I would not drop him just yet. 1 week when Ridley scored 0 and Julio was still not 100%. Yeah, it was against Green Bay. He was getting, Jared Alexander, right? Toby says, all right, finally, here's my question. My waiver orders, I have Akers, Hurts, Hilton, then Jonnu. I would probably swap Hilton and Hurts unless you absolutely need a quarterback. But even so, I don't know if I would take a risk on Hurts in the playoffs. Spice up Akers on waiver 2 weeks ago. Nice. I've been holding on Akers for a minute. He's starting to break out. Exactly. I would go Hill and Johnson. Louis says Drake, Debo, or Hunt, or Brandon Cooks at flex. I'd probably go Brandon Cooks. Actually, maybe Debo over Brandon Cooks. Those two are pretty similar in my opinion. Spencer says 0.5 PPR Drake or McKissick. McKissick 100%. I would start McKissick in most formats over Drake right now with Gibson's news. Toby says McKissick as well. Ari says start Hopkins or Kenny G week 15. Kenny plays Titans. We don't know if Kenny G's back, right? So I'd probably go Hopkins until we hear Kenny G's back. Jacob says I would drop Fan for Stafford. I don't mind that, but I still would not hold on to 3 quarterbacks. Matt says we don't know exactly how many weeks he'll be out. He might be sneaking. Exactly. I don't trust Stafford, Goff, or Ryan. Listen, Nesto, if you can, pick up someone like a Phillip Rivers. Maybe stash someone like a Jalen Hurts. That's not bad at all. Go check out my waiver wire video from this week. There's some guys in there. Teddy Bridgewater is most likely there too. That could be better for you. Let's see. If Curtis Samuel or DJ Moore doesn't play this week, Robbie Anderson is a top. I don't know necessarily a top 15, but I think he will have a solid floor. Solid floor. Iris says, like the stream, appreciate it. Listen, as much as we may or may not disagree, I mean, I agree with you, right? I agree that Brendan is very TD dependent. I don't know if he's technically trash, but yes, he is very TD dependent. I agree. JD Martin says, Gaskin, Sanders, or Cooks at flex. I'd probably go Gaskins here. Yeah, we got 37 people. That's crazy. I'm just trying to catch up the chat right now. So, I'm gonna go fast, guys. And if you need more explanations, please let me know. But I want to catch up to the end. Let's see where we're at now. Most TDs are TD dependent except for elite ones. Jacob says Gaskins as well. Ty says Higgins worth dropping for Kuti, or I think so. I don't know if I really trust Higgins anymore at this point, right? I don't trust anyone on the Bengals right now. Titter says, is Seattle kicker a good play this week? I don't think he's bad. The kickers are always going to be very sort of like up in the air, but yeah, I don't mind him. I actually think he might be a top kicker this week. Parth says, I dropped the link in Reddit in case. I appreciate it, Parth. I appreciate that. Jacob says, what do you think about Parth? I will say delete it at the end of the night because you don't want to get in trouble with the mods. I don't know if they would care, but they're probably asleep right now. What do you think about Hurst? He had another dud. Yeah, I'm not loving him right now. He has another tough matchup this week, so I don't know if I would really play him this week. He should be back to his old form soon, but it's playoffs right now, so I would maybe look somewhere else. Mr. Yang says, would you choose any of the Steelers receivers over Brandon Cooks? I think I would. Someone like a Deontay Johnson, I'd probably go a little bit over Cooks. Cooks has a tough matchup this week, right? Jacob says, I don't think I trust Hurst. I agree. Ryan Tannehill and Lamar this week. Ooh. Lamar's playing the Cleveland. I like Ryan Tannehill slightly more. Gigo says, for flex this week, what should I do? Drake, Lockett, AB tickets, Lazard, Claypool. I'd probably, honestly, out of those, none of the wide receivers really stand out to me, so I would probably just go Drake here. Justin says, you should have more subscribers, man. Appreciate. Oh, listen, we're grinding, man. We're grinding, but hey, I appreciate every one of you guys at least. So, don't care that much as much as about the quantity of subs as much as the quality. Claypool or Debo? I lean Debo a little bit more here, Zines. Welcome to the stream. Hey, anyone who's new here, welcome to the stream. Just a quick break to plug. Every week we started doing this weekly pick'em challenge. Tomorrow morning we'll get the video posted up nice and early. If you you don't necessarily have to beat me, but whoever gets the best record from the week before gets their name printed here for the week. I went 12-3 last week, and then our friends Parth and Kevin tied as the viewers best record at 10-5. So look out for that if you're interested in just a fun little thing that we do right now. Spencer, welcome. Standard League, 3 spots. David Johnson, Todd Gurley, Robbie Anderson, Tyler Lockett. I'd probably go, ooh, I might go Johnson, Gurley, and Anderson here. Lockett is a little bit inconsistent for me, man. Brady or Taysom Hill? Ooh, that's a good one. You guys asked some good questions. I'd probably lean Taysom a little bit. Taysom's looking good. And hey, if Breeze is coming back soon, we might as well try and use Taysom as much as we can. Parsons, you're really taking Tanyan over Andrews. Is that because Ravens just run? Yeah, I'm not as... Tanyan has been pretty consistent recently, right? He's in a very pass-first offense. Andrews, I'm not really... I know he's been doing well over his last 2 games. He could very well do well again because the volume has been going up. I'm just not a huge... I'm not confident in the Ravens passing game just yet. Toby says, partly go Tanyan too. Yabba what's up, man? Antonio Brown or Michael Pittman? Ooh, I think I would probably go Pittman here. Both very similar. Pittman's probably just gonna get a little bit more targets than Brown. Matt says, I'm gonna start betting DiNucci. Do it for the Nucci gang, dude. Go Browns versus Vikes. Chad Henson worth a pickup in exchange for Higgins. So random, but I've seen. Yeah, Ty. If you're not going to start him, sure, but he's I don't know. At that point, I might honestly keep Higgins, right? I'm assuming both of them are going to be sort of bench players for you guys. Jacob says there are no other tight ends left other than Logan Thomas. He has a solid floor, man. He's not bad. He's not a bad pick. Toby says Ty Kiki is out. Yes. I haven't heard of any Kiki injury just yet. Is Corey Davis, AJ Brown stack a good idea? It's not a bad idea, but I still caution people to stack, to avoid stacking and diversify if you can. I don't think you absolutely need to. You shouldn't need to stack unless you absolutely need to, right? Like if you're choosing between like AJ Brown, Corey Davis, and someone like a Chad Henson, sure, I'll tell you to go Corey Davis and AJ Brown. But if you have someone else that's playable, I just diversify. There's no point in putting all your eggs in one basket. Eric says, how do we send our weekly picks in? You were talking about it earlier this evening, so I might have missed the answer. The video will come out tomorrow morning, bright and early, so just put in your comments. Put in your comments, that's all we need to do. Nesto says, do you think AB would break out soon? I think he's got a pretty solid floor and ceiling at this point. He's not getting a lot of red zone looks, I don't think, so I don't know if breakout's a word, but he's at least going to be probably a 7 to 9 point floor for you. But it's the issue is that he shares targets with people. I also have Kittle, so I really want him to play. Yeah, we'll see. I don't think he plays back. I don't think he comes back this year. Jacob says, yeah, I don't think AB breaks us anytime soon. Jacob, he must. Sven says, Gronk, Hawkinson, Tanyan, Evans, fan, rank them in full PPR for week 14. So I think out of those, let me look at these matchups right now. I like Hawkinson, then I go Tanyan, then I go Gronk, then I go... probably Evan, then Fant. I like that. Matt says, I want to put the Jets so bad to beat the Hawks, that weekly thing, but I want to... Hey, I mean, do it, right? We don't actually have any monetary prize, so you might win. You might win. The Nook is loose. Logan. All right, sorry, guys. I'm so trying to catch up. Would you rather flex AB or Chark? And I would probably prefer Chark here. Kiki is questionable. I'll have to look into that. I'm not sure. Twisted says, I am number 1 on my waiver. Congrats. I'm on a playoff buy. Should I save it to grab Ty Johnson or JD McKissick? I'd probably go McKissick if it's PPR, man. Ty Johnson might not be relevant after this week. Titter says Pittman over Corey Davis or someone like Gio for that. I actually kind of like, oh, yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. I would probably still diversify and go Pittman here. I don't know if I like Gio. I don't really like anybody on the Bengals offense. Truck has been more bust. You really think that playing Lockett is the move? Lockett, I'm not necessarily not play him. I don't think he has a good matchup, right? I just don't know enough about what's going on with the Seattle offense. They looked really bad last week. Let me do a little bit more research on that and get back to you. I'm not saying bench him, right? But I'm just a little bit worried about it, and I think he's a fine start. I apologize if I said to bench him earlier. It's a little bit tough for me to figure out the Seahawks right now. Wire's ready, guys. Yeah, Wire's getting there, guys. Wire's getting there. Sven says my opponent has Hawkins. Hey, maybe this is a week that Hawkinson busts, right? We never know. Zine says PPR rank roster rest of the season. T. Higgins, Kuti, or Pittman. confidence-wise, I'd probably go Pittman, Kuti, and then T. Higgins. Where's the pick'ems at, Spencer? Oh, they're going to come out tomorrow morning. I thought I was going to do it tonight, but I didn't have time, so they're going to come out bright and early tomorrow, so we'll have a full day before the Thursday night game. What do you think about Akers? Oh, finally we caught up, guys. Okay, we can slow down a little bit. What do you think about Akers? I like him. I actually pegged him as a potential league winner for the playoffs. Listen, my take from 2-3 weeks ago is that he looks like the best running back in the backfield. His production is going to depend on whether or not the Rams decide to actually feature him, right? If they decide to feature him, perfect. We're going to get it going. We finally saw the 22 touch, right? So unless there's someone who watches games or anyone who knows the Rams a lot, I think he might continue to be the feature back, which is really good for him. Like I will take the starting back who looks very good on a Rams offense. They might not be the best offense in the league, but they sure can put up points. The Twitter says, if I can sack Kuti, would he be a better play at flex than others? I like him. He's just a little bit... He's going to be a little bit riskier play. He's playing a Bears defense. That's tough, right? You can say the same thing about the Colts last week, but we've only had one game sample size, so I don't necessarily think he's going to not do well. I just think it's a risk to play him after just one game's worth of data. Toby says, also Zeke has a calf injury. Fantasy doctor said they don't really linger, but can really aggravate them easily. Honestly, why should he play? We'll see, right? If it's minor, I still think he plays, honestly. I understand that there's no reason to play, but I guess I don't know. Are they still in the playoff hunt? Because if they are, maybe that's where they're trying to go for. Desert Fish, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Zeke, Rojo, David Johnson, JT. I feel like I need to drop one to pick up a Tyreek replacement. Out of those, I mean, honestly, I would probably drop Zeke or Rojo, probably Rojo, because he's a little bit, he's very unpredictable as to, when the Bucs are going to use Rojo versus Fournette, or when they're just not going to use their running game at all. If he had to drop one, I would drop Rojo, but like, I don't know if I would drop one if you're literally just doing someone to stash, right? Yeah, I don't know if I would do it just to stash somebody. Thoughts on Cook, Dalvin Cook? I like him. Injuries scare us every week, but I like him a lot. Twisted says, Russ ain't cooking for me no more. He needs to set it up. Yeah, hopefully. That was a weird game. If anyone can shed some light on the Seattle game last week, I'd love to know, because I don't think anyone thought Seattle was going to lose. So please, let us know. Toby says, stay up against Bengals, put in Pollard. Pollard looks good. Pollard could be a sneaky pickup, guys. He could very well be a sneaky pickup. What do you tell your league after you win the belt? We trash talk. Trust me. I got into this league starting like 2-6. Everyone was giving me crap because I'm the commish, and I definitely like to talk a little bit more. Honestly, mainly so just to like stir up conversation. But trust me, I let them have it after I snuck into the playoffs. I'm pretty sure I was down like 50 points with Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs going against the Bills defense, and like at the end of the game, right before like the last drive or something, I think I was up by literally like 1 point or something. Ended up getting 2 more points out of the defense scoring, but oh my god, I let them have it. I was so happy. Actually, I should just get Marlon Mack and said, there it is. Hey, yo, Jacob, you are taking over the role of Burke, huh? I love it. I just have a feeling Claypool's going to outplay Johnson this week. Maybe. Claypool has been a little bit on the decline recently. I think the Steelers need to figure out their stuff. Dust says, thoughts on Drake against Giants. He's getting a lot of red zone feeds. I like him. If he can choose to get the volume that he's been getting, I like it. Yeah, I don't know. I think Burke is just honestly really busy with finals this week. Spence says, if Swift plays, who do you like better for PPR, McKissick or Swift? I like McKissick a little bit more. I think he's a lot safer. Again, my issue with Swift is how healthy is he? Even if he's 100% healthy, what do the new coaches do for him, and what do they do for their offensive scheme? We don't know, right? Adrian Peterson's looked really good, so maybe they split carries again. We don't know. That's the only problem. Do you think Tyreek Hill plays this week? My opponent has him and scares me. What's going on with Tyreek? That's the second time I heard of it. Let's see. Tyreek Hill sits out. Oh, I think he's fine, right? Does he actually have any issues? Illness is not COVID related because of an illness. I think he plays. At least nothing that I'm reading in like the 20 seconds that I just took to read right now tells me that he's gonna sit out. He got the flu that CH has. Oh, that's annoying. Hearing Tyreek play replacement hurts need him this week. I think he plays, guys. It's early. It's early. Tyreek could end up playing depending on what his injury is. Yeah. Stay, I feel. Iris is glad I picked up Austin 316. That's the bottom line. There you go. Andrew did us. Oh, trust me. I was pissed. That's why I was fired up because CEH did me dirty. I was like, I'm not about to lose my my play-in game because of Andy Cheeseburger Reed. So I was so happy when I still won by literally like 2 points when CEH did his thing. Young Wegu, what's up, man? Yo, we love you in here. How you doing, man? The RB1 is here, yeah. For anyone that don't know, we get some celebrities in here. We've had pretty much the entire Cardinals roster. Who else? We've had the Seattle roster. We've had Pete Carroll in here. Boys, let's go. We have Bobby Schmurda come through once in a while. Listen, guys, these are real people. These are not impersonations. Come to the stream and hang out with the big boys. Toby says, I watched the Seattle game. I don't even know. It's like Giants defense locked up. It was crazy. Russ couldn't really scramble, and the Seahawks gave up 2 TDs to Morris. Gotcha. Ty says, how low should I hold my expectations for Sanders? He's the only playable running back. I like Kamara a lot more. Sanders, like I always say, he's a good running back. It's the Eagles, right? Listen, there's some hope that Jalen Hurts is now the starting quarterback, that they might change the scheme up a little bit and make it a little bit more favorable to him. So there's always hope, right? But again, there's also some concern that Jalen Hurts might take away some touches in the end zone. We don't know. At least, it can't get much worse, right? We'll see what happens. Parsons Gruden also messing around with Josh Jacobs, seeing so many conflict. Yeah, I hope he plays. Actually, him not playing actually cost me the playoffs someone. Christian Garcia, what's up? Trust Kyler must his shoulder or play Tannehill against the Jags. Ooh. Tannehill has a really, really good matchup this week. I'd honestly maybe go Tannehill. I might go Tannehill here, so then we have to risk it. Tanner says Antonio Gibson droppable. I don't think he's droppable just yet. Darren Waller, what's up? Yo, big 45 points last week, man. Great job. Yo, everyone clap out for Darren Waller because he I'm sure he won a lot of people with leagues, right? I unfortunately don't have you in any league, but yo, historic performance, my friend. Parts says they're going to give Sanders more touches, but that's a couple weeks late from the Eagles. Oh, yeah, it is. Ever since Russ traded market less than Russ cut, he has been. Shout out to, let's see. California, right? Metal straws. Isaac says 0.5 PPR, play Cup over Brandon Cooks, Sanders over Suck Up Ramsey over Washington D or okay. So for defenses here, sorry guys, I'm gonna promote it again. Feel free to go check out my what's up top fantasy defenses. I just posted it today where I have rankings for every week. For this week, I actually have the 49ers a little bit higher than the Rams. Number 2 versus number 3. So take your pick there, whichever one you like. Washington I have lower than both. So I would go Rams or 49ers here. As for Cup, let me look at these matchups here. For Cup versus Cooks, I think I gotta go Cup here. The volume is there. So I think I gotta go Cup in PPR. And what's the other one? Sanders over Suckup. Kickers are always a toss-up, right? I would probably go. I gotta go Suckup here. Vikings defense is trash. Their offense is probably going to keep them in the game a little bit, so there can be a lot of kicking. Welcome to the stream, Isaac. Oh, Toby, trust me, I remembered that. Avante, what's up? Hunter Henry and Logan Thomas for playoffs. It's going to be week to week, Avante. It's definitely going to be week to week, so we'll have to look at their matchups. If we're talking strictly just this week, I'd probably go Hunter Henry. Ari says I'm gonna start making fake accounts. Oh boy, you guys do what you will. Tam man, what's up? Play Zeke at Bengals, Drake at Giants, or Mostert at Washington PPR. Yeah, so apparently we have some issues with Zeke potentially this week. Out of those three, let's assume everyone's healthy, right? I would probably go I'd probably go Zeke here. I like that matchup a lot. Nesto says I got beef with Cliff when he wasn't using Drake, so I ended up trading Drake. That's hilarious. Isaac, for sure. Thank you. Thank you for stopping by the stream. Are you from Reddit or where are you from? Nesto says I would sit Moster for sure. Toby says because I yelled at him. Yeah. Mr. James says went against Ho 2 weeks ago when he hit over 50 points in Wall. Oh no. That's just tough. Yang, are you at least in the playoffs or what's good with you? Sepix, what's up? Seppi, what are you doing? Drake, Gallman, or McKissick? I'd probably go, ooh. If it's PPR, guys, I really like McKissick a lot. Otherwise, I'd probably go Gallman. I would probably go Gallman or McKissick here. Gallman, I like. Listen, guys, Gallman has been scoring literally double digits every single week since he started. There's no reason to bench him. Let's just go with Gallman. Let's go with Gallman. Since it's heard it might snow for the Pittsburgh game, and with their loss, they might be more determined. Could be. Ari says, who's your favorite player all time? Is it QB, running back, or wide receiver? My favorite guy is Peyton Manning because he's the guy that really got me into football and the reason why I became a Colts fan. Never lived in Indy. Love Peyton Manning. And just kind of like a fun, silly, like goofy character off the field, right? What about you guys? Who is everyone's favorite players here? Kyler probably saw how everyone was making fun of how he runs. Yeah, for sure. Kyler, what's up? Did you win your weeks last week? I won 3 out of the 4. But that's me. Nesta says I miss Manning. Oh yeah, for sure, I do too. That was simpler times, right? Simpler times when we had a Hall of Fame quarterback that didn't just retire. So I like it. Mega Mind Payton. Any NBA fans in here? I actually had a fun little encounter that I want to tell you guys about. Yeah, there's a Cooper Manning, right? He is Cooper Manning, not Cooper Manning. Is it Cooper Manning? No, Cooper Manning's the other brother who got a lot of injuries. It's the young one. It's Arch Manning? Arch Manning, named after their grandpa. Allen or Brady? Yeah. So the Allen one is still something I'm looking into. I would probably still go Josh Allen, honestly. I think the Bills are going to be able to put up some points. He's just a better tier fantasy quarterback, in my opinion. Should I go after Mahomes even though I have Herbert? Oh, absolutely, man. I'm surprised. In what way can you go for Mahomes, Bobby Schmurner? Welcome. We were just talking about you, Bobby. Toby says, yeah, Arch Manning's a god. Yeah, he's looking good. Tyson's favorite player is Hingle McCrickleberry. What's the NBA tip that you got on Dan News 7-foot neighbor? So actually, I actually encountered my 7-foot neighbor tonight. I saw that Barbie. You don't have a deadline. That's right. I don't think you necessarily need to. Depends on what you have to give up for it. If you have to give up a lot, I keep Herbert. If you don't, like if it's a swap, I'd probably take Mahomes. But I'm assuming you have to give up a decent amount, right? What's the trade looking like? But yeah, guys, I guess story time since we have a little break. I live in the same building as JaVale McGee. I was telling chat a few maybe last week recently that I had met him before and I was scared to talk to him. So today I had to cut my stream short because my girlfriend locked her keys in her car, so I had to go get her. So I was a little tilted and whatnot because I couldn't hang out with y'all. But on the way back, parked in my garage, went up, and then the elevator stopped ground floor, and my behold, who it was JaVale McGee and his mom. They're moving. So, all of a sudden I just had PTSD. I'm like, yo, last time I didn't talk to him, and I spent the next year and a half just like telling everybody I had this chance to talk to JaVale McGee in the elevator, and I didn't. I acted all awkward and shit. So I was like, yo, whatever, let's go for it. I was like, yo, you're JaVale, right? He's like, yeah, what's up? I was like, yo, man, how you feel about going to Cleveland? He's like, feeling good. I was like, yo, I'm from Cleveland. I'm a huge Cavs fan, and I know it's not LA, but Cleveland's still a fun city. He's like, yeah, I know. I'm excited to go there. It should be a good time. And then, I only had pretty much one story of elevator ride with him, so I was like, listen, man, have fun, and bring a championship back to Cleveland. He's like, will do. Gave me a thumbs up, and that was my JaVale McGee story. Honestly, I should have just offered to help him move, right? I should have just offered to help him move. But Yeah, it was a good time. That was my 10-second fame. Clinical, yes it is. Listen, man, clinical. I will be talking about that for the rest of my life. So get ready for it. Mr. Yang says, do you think Zeke is benchable for the rest of the season? For me, I have J. Rob, Chubb, D. Munt. Oh yeah, I mean they're playing a lot better. I wouldn't mind if you bench Zeke for that. I actually really like JaVale's bubble vlog. Yeah, JaVale's, yeah, he has a little YouTube channel, right? Maybe we'll have to do a collab with him. So be like, yo, I'm that awkward Asian dude that you met in the elevator that one time. But yeah, no, it's fun. I liked it a lot. It was, I really liked a lot of the people who did the bubble vlogs because it was a great insight, right? JJ Martin says, my NBA draft is next Sunday. Nice. Who are you aiming for, JJ? If you had #1 pick, who do you go for? Yeah, it was cool. So I liked it. Ty says, hey, congrats, man. Got to talk with a GOAT Warriors legend. Yeah. Listen, he's Mr. Cavaliers to you now. He's gonna retire as a Cavs legend. Don't worry. But yeah, it was a good time. So that I got hyped. And guys, a waiver should have processed, right? Let's take a look. Let's see what's good with our waivers right now. Did y'all get who you wanted? Did you guys get who you wanted? Let me look really quickly. Oh, waivers have not processed in one of my leagues right now. Let me look at the other one. Yeah, neither one of my ESPN leagues have processed right now. ESPN does this a lot, so kind of get ready for it. But yeah. We'll see. Texas Portugal, how the mighty have fallen from winning a championship. Listen, yeah, don't listen. Ohio, we got 6 flags. We've got a couple of rappers. Don't worry, man. Yo, Ohio's a good time. It's gonna be cold, but listen. There's some fun. Actually, so what I will say is like, I wasn't ever like a huge partier in high school or anything, right? Didn't like go out or like drink that much. After I went back, I mean, I try to go back like at least once a year because I still have family that lives there, but it's kind of popping right now. They've rebuilt a lot of really bad parts of Cleveland, like downtown. And it's like those very, very trendy neighborhoods where it's just like bars, brew pubs, like nice restaurants. Zach, thank you for the sub, man. Appreciate it. Welcome to the stream, my man. So like, you know, a lot of really nice things, and it's like very trendy, and like honestly, it might be like the next like fun place for young people to go to. You guys know how like Denver blew up a few years ago and it's like the big thing now. Like, and guys, it might be Cleveland. They've got all the major sports. Their culture and arts is actually like really, really fantastic. So, you know, don't knock Cleveland just yet, man. Jacob says, go to bed for now. Night. Yo, peace out, Jacob. Thanks for coming by. Part says, lots of favorite players. Down to Randy Moss or Deion Sanders. Oh, yeah, for sure. I'm too young. I wish I agree. I got to see Randy Moss towards the end, but I would have loved to see Deion Sanders. Nesto, thank you for the sub. Who do you guys think is like the modern day Deion Sanders? Because Deion Sanders is definitely a character, right? Sven says, I play with Mike Ayupot. Oh, nice. In high school, I was sorry, by the way, just look at that part of the uniform. My bro played with Penny, Kopi. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Sven, where did you where did you grow up? Like, what state? Waivers went nice. OSU Michigan game needs to be rescheduled. Yeah, it's canceled, right? OSU's in the OH, baby. They're in the championship. They're in the championships now, so that's great. New Kid Cudi soon. Shout out Cleveland. Let's go. I know. Man on the Moon 3, right? Love it. Nice is at least he'll enjoy parties and kickbacks out there in the bars and fields. We're not all from Lynn. That's Wisconsin, dude. That's Wisconsin. CJ Goodwin, what's up, man? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. So we're looking at Woods or Godwin this week, right? So Woods has a tough matchup. I still like him. I think slightly over Godwin because of his target share, and I do believe the Rams are going to use him creatively. So I lean Woods, but very, very slightly, my friend. Spencer's California, gotcha. That makes sense. All DBs are modern day Deion. Dude was way ahead. Yeah, that's fair. Parsons, do you think Jeff Wilson is worth the pickup? Might drop Lazard for him? I don't really think so, unless we think Mostert's going to get injured again. Still, though, like, I don't think Jeff Wilson's really startable with the current state of things. Nesto says, I'm torn. I think you could start Woods. I think you could start Woods. Gronk or Fant? I go Gronk here. Higher upside in my opinion. Gilmore skills, yeah, I do believe it. I don't know if Gilmore shadows. Let me know if anyone knows if he shadows or not, but I don't think he necessarily shadows. And like I said, I still think Woods is gonna get a lot of targets in volume, which puts me at a playable tier. Patrick Peterson isn't too much of a diva though, right? Rams do hella sweeps, yep, exactly. Woods is great against good defenses, okay. Dusk, welcome. CJ Goodwin, thank you for the sub, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, you have a good night too. We'll hope to see you in a future stream. We stream a lot, so come by and hang out. Tam Man says, how do you feel about Coochie on the Texans? Last week it looked very good, right? So if you absolutely just start him this week, I wouldn't fault you. My only concern and risk is that, number one, they're playing the Bears. Not a great defense because they played the Colts last week. Equally, if not better defense, right? And he was able to go for 141 yards. My only thing is yes, we can chase the volume and we can chase a big production. The only worry is that we've only seen one game's worth of data, so anything could happen next game. If this has been happening for 2 or 3 games, I would be okay with it, but slight, very little risk there that we're taking by playing someone who's really been in the current situation for 1 game. All right, got Akers, Hilton, and Jonu. Perfect. James, what's up, man? How you doing tonight? Welcome to the stream. We're just kind of hanging out and camping to waiver wire. I hope every one of you guys is having a s'more right now, because that would be fantastic. But for anyone who's new to the stream, selfless, shameless promotion is that tomorrow morning we'll have a viewer and sub challenge. So if you're interested, just sub to the channel. We're gonna have everyone pick the week, literally just NFL matchups, right? Here you see my record from last week and our best viewers record. So I expect someone, I need one of you guys to beat me next week. Because you guys don't want me to have a big ego here, so please beat me, and whoever has the best record, your name will get stepped here for a week. So that's a nice little incentive. Texas, if I had 2 plane tickets and had to choose between going to Siberia, North Superior, to Cleveland, oh geez, don't finish that sentence, Ty. What do you think about that next season? I think it's gonna be great. I think it's gonna be good. Let's see where he goes. Let's hope he goes to the Colts. But I think it's a great player. James says, I've got Eckler, Drake, Gaskin, and McKissick. What 2 should I bench? I'd probably bench Drake and McKissick. Maybe Drake and Gaskin. You need to start Eckler. I like Gaskin and McKissick both. I'd probably start Eckler and Gaskin here. Toby says, pick 3, Akers, Booker, Drake, Gallman, David Johnson. Ooh. I'd probably lean Gallman, Drake, and Akers here. David Johnson, honestly, is not bad. He's probably going to get you the 9-10 points, and that'll probably be where he's at. He's actually had a pretty safe floor, right? You're going to be banking on David Johnson to get a touchdown. I expect him to not get a lot of yards on the ground. Go Thailand. Kevin Roy, what's up? Welcome to the stream. So we're looking at Dalton Schultz or Reed this week, right? Let me look at their matchups really quickly. So we're looking at Dalton Schultz or I prefer Dalton Schultz a little bit because he has been able to provide a solid floor for us. Jordan Reed, he's had he hasn't had the production we quite like as consistently, so I think Dalton is slightly safer if you want the guaranteed points, otherwise known as, if you want the floor. Ty says, is there any value left in the Falcons backfield? Yeah, I think so. Well, we'll see. This is going to be a tough matchup. You kind of have to go with Gurley, right? I think the most value we're probably going to get is if Brian Hill is able to take over if Gurley's injured, but at this point, Gurley is more of an RB2, RB3, very TD dependent. Some people might have to ride with him, right? And I think the Falcons are going to have a better. Sorry, they're playing the Chargers this week, so they're going to have a better shot. So Gurley might end up being a higher end RB2. I'm not super down on him, honestly. Christian says Tanyan or Engum. I like Tanyan here. Par says Schultz or Andrews. I like Andrews here. Kevin, thanks for the sub. I appreciate that, my friend. Toby says at wide receiver, Hilton, Brown, Kuti. Are you talking about AJ Brown or Marquise Brown, Toby? If it's AJ Brown, go AJ Brown and Hilton. If it's, I guess I don't know what I would say for Marquise Brown. Parsons, Brian Hill hurt me again. I'm sure Gilly has burned people never again. Yeah, Gilly's like a broken microwave already. It is, right? Falcons play Saints twice in 3 weeks, so the backfield should get better. I hope so. I think it's gonna be better a little bit this week. Jeezy, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Love that logo. That's Adidas, right? I go Hawkinson rest of the season. He's way more consistent. I like him. Lucy in the sky, where's the dog? Not on the couch yet. Dog is sleeping, unfortunately. It's her bedtime. She's passed out. We put her through some long runs and hikes this weekend, so she's recovering. It's her rest day. Ty says, would you rather flex AB, Chark, or Helton? Who are the Jags? The Jags are playing Titans, right? I'd probably go Chark or TY here. Out of the two, honestly, like, TY has kind of been hot the last 2 weeks. I fully expect him to continue what he's doing. Let me just look at these matchups. Chark will probably get force-fed the ball, but I kind of like TY here, man. I kind of like TY here. But I'd go Chark or TY. GG says Corey Davis, Debo, Ayuk versus season. Unpopular opinion, I kind of go Ayuk here. I think Corey Davis is going to be a very, very solid guy. That's a really good three set of wide receivers to have. Obviously not as ideal that you have both Debo and Ayuk, but I think I kind of like Ayuk a little bit better than Debo, man. Honestly, we'll have to see, right? But it might just be that week to week they use Debo and Ayuk a little bit differently. But I'd probably go like Ayuk, Corey, than Debo here. Oh, Antonio Brown? Ooh, I would... If you want a little bit higher ceiling, I would probably go Hilton and Kuti. Brown is someone that I just kind of think of as like flat, like 8 to 10 point kind of guy, because we haven't seen him get in the end zone. Some may say he's due for it, or some may say he might never hit it. Tom James, Kevin says Rojo, Mostert, or Claypool. I like Mostert a little bit. I actually think Rojo has the highest ceiling, but it's just so tough for me to tell when Rojo's actually going to be used and when he's pretty much not going to be used. It seems like it's literally 50-50 and goes back and forth. I would expect Rojo to have a good game, so if you really want the points, I'd probably go Rojo. Otherwise, I'd probably go Mostert. Tom just missed out on Galladay, and welcome to the stream, Tom James. Missed out on Galladay's on waivers, bittersweet. It's all right, you know, because we still don't know when he's actually going to be back, right? What's his latest status? He's still sidelined, so don't worry about it at all. Like, you're most likely not going to be able to play him this week. You might not be able to play him next week, so go for guys. And that's the thing is, for anything waivers now, go for guys that are less stashy. In my waiver wire picks and video this week, I went for I honestly stopped doing deep stashes because it didn't help, right? So I try to focus on guys that are like probably going to be starters for you this week, or guys that like has a little bit of question mark and could be okay, not guys we're going to stash. So like, don't even think about stashing or waiting for people. Like, do this week by week. Put out the best, like, pick up the guys, burn whatever money you have left, whatever waiver priority you have left. Get the guys you need week to week, because listen, one loss and it's done, right? One loss and it's done. Tyson's time to believe in your Colts. Yeah, take me through it. I love it. I believe y'all. I'll hit up Andrew Luck and tell him to give him a nice little motivation speech. Lucy says Schultz, Sampo, or Hooper. Schultz is gonna be the best floor. Hooper has been pretty mad recently, so I might even say Schultz, but I feel like you can find a better tight end in the waiver wire. Should fantasy players give Devontae Booker? If you absolutely need to, I don't think it's the worst thing, but on paper, they're going against the Colts D, so I would avoid if I could. Coming from a Raiders fan, there you go. I like it, Nesto. Thank you for the confirmation. Johnson's Akers or David Johnson? Akers has a higher ceiling. I kind of liked it. I'm rolling the dice with Akers. I think we go with Akers this week. David Johnson has a tough matchup against the Bears. Parsons, start Booker over Fournette. I really hope Jacobs plays. Ooh, okay. You know, I mean, my face when I saw Antonio Brown, yeah. Gio or CEH, scary. Of those two, I'd go CEH, assuming he doesn't have, like, diarrhea again, right? I'd go CEH here. Ari says, when the next time you're gonna go live? Tomorrow before games? Yeah, tomorrow before the game, because the game is at... Let me just look at the schedule for tomorrow. I'm assuming I'm gonna go live about an hour before the game, so probably around 4:30 Pacific, maybe 4:15 Pacific, if I can clock out early. But yeah, probably about an hour before the game, just to kind of hang out. Kevin says, yeah, watching Roger versus Leonard touches, it's a headache, right? It's tough. It's very tough. Yeah, but yeah, thank you for the sub, Kevin. It's okay. Chubb will carry me to promise. Yeah, Chubb, like, it's gonna be an every week starter. The matchup isn't great this week, so I hope he does well. I think I'm gonna be forced to start him anyways. Like, I don't want to lose and say it's because I benched Chubb. So, not an ideal matchup, but it's someone that you need to start. Nestor says, would you drop Lat Murray? Depends on who you drop for, but yeah, if you can get him from another starter, I would drop Lat Murray for sure. Go Rams. All right, let's do it. Lucy says, if Jacobs isn't plays, I have to pick between Rojo or Gallman. Go Gallman for sure. Gallman hasn't scored anything less than double digits since he started, so go Gallman. Do you think Tua will lean on Gesicki and versus Chief? I think it's going to be spread out more, honestly. I think Gesicki was a little bit better with Fitzpatrick, honestly. I would handcuffs better now in playoffs. He's got highest upside of all backups. Gallman's a stud for sure. Do you watch college? I watch a little bit. I'm not as into college football as NFL, but I do watch a little bit. Who's everyone's favorite college football team here? Toby says, okay, benching AB playing Akers. I think that's a better upside, Toby. You know, I don't want you to come back and be mad at me if AB goes off for like 2 TDs. It's just that, you know, when I think about these things, I think about like who has a better chance of going for it. At the end of the day, it's not 100%, right? But I mean, unless people in chat disagrees, I do think Akers actually has a higher upside. He looked really good last week. Gallman's a stud. Never thought I'd hear that, but it is 2020, right? Big trust in you this week. I hope so, man. I would, if it was me, I would go Akers over AB. Unless the Rams and Sean McVay really screws us and gives Akers like 3 touches, right? It could happen. It could happen, but I think it's less likely. Greg, welcome back to the stream. How are you doing tonight? Pick one for this week. Antonio Brown, Jameson Crowder, or Kiki. Ooh, I would probably go. Let me look at these matchups really quickly. Maybe AB here. AB or Kuti, I probably go AB, I think. Jameson, I don't... Let me just look up Jameson again. He's kind of boom or bust, right? I know he's been doing okay. Let me look at Jameson over the last few weeks. A little boomer bustering, honestly. I'd probably go AB here for the safer floor. This is, would you rather play Taysom Hill or Russell Wilson? So it's obvious, but Russ hasn't been cooking. Yeah, that's actually a good question. And like, there's some limits to starting your studs, right? Out of those, I'd probably go. I still go Russell. I mean, Russell is going against the Jets, guys. The matchup is there. I go Russell Wilson. Ty says Crowder, okay. Gilbert says fight on. Hell yeah. John says Akers has a much higher chance of 2 DDs than AB. I agree, John. I agree. That's exactly my thoughts too. Gallman's RB6 since week 7. That's crazy. That's crazy, yeah. All 3 have been pretty good matchups. Yeah, I think Antonio Brown is the safest out of those, is my opinion. I actually think Kiki has a bad matchup this week. Dave Walker, welcome. Dave Walker, welcome to the stream. Glad to have you here. Start 2, Montgomery, Chubb, Eckler, Gallman. Ooh, these are tough. I think you need to start Eckler here. I'm going to assume most things are half PPR. I would probably go Eckler and. I mean, do we say you have to start Chubb just because he's your stud? You know, Chubb, if you want to start your stud, Gallman. I mean, Montgomery's might look good, so I would probably go Eckler or Montgomery or Eckler or Chubb. Montgomery to me actually might have a little bit higher of a upside, so Because they're playing the Texans and they have a really bad defense. I might actually go Eckler and Montgomery here, my man. I might do that. Can you flex Chubb or anything? Texas, what are the odds that your Cavs get the hold of the #1 pick for the 2021 draft? That draft, listen, man, we've been kind of getting screwed. Like, obviously, I'm not going to complain too much because we got LeBron, and like that's worth a lifetime of first-round picks. But we've been kind of getting screwed with the lottery pick odds. So I hope we do. I hope we do. Ty, who's your top 3 right now for the NBA draft? And that question goes out to anybody. Anyone who's an NBA fan that follows college? Who are your top 3 prospects for 2021 draft? Daniel, what's up? 49ers D versus Washington or Carolina versus Denver. So I'll promote this again. Guys, go check out my playoff defenses video that I uploaded today. I break it down week by week. For this week, I have the 49ers a little bit higher than the Panthers. Actually, a lot higher than the Panthers. Having to start Gallman and Monty this week, but feel really. Listen, Titter, that's a great start. I don't mind it at all. Toby says, oh shoot, guys, I need to catch up here. I'm gonna go a little bit faster now. Gallman's a high-end RB2 for sure. Patrick, welcome. Would you bench Steelers D versus Bills? I think there are better. I agree that, you know, they could come out angry, but I think there are better plays than the Steelers. Listen, if you have the Steelers and absolutely need to start them, I think that's fine, but I think there are better plays this week. Everyone who hasn't checked it out, go check out the playoff defenses. I have my top 10 for every single week, and at the end, I also give you guys like sort of how you want to stash it if you don't have a defense that you can play throughout all 3 weeks. He's not low end one just because he won't get 20 points. Dunny, what's up? Drop fan for Thomas. Taylor for McKissick. Ayuk for Crowder. No, keep Jonathan Taylor, and Fan Thomas is a toss up. Whoever you like better. Fan's probably going to have a slightly higher floor. Carolina has a lot of people with Rona, honestly, right now. So a lot of it's probably going to be just close contact. So we'll see if people test negative for 5 days in a row. Steelers defense really banging up. Yep. Nesto says Chubb volume is too high to bitch. I agree. I just the matchups. I like David Montgomery and Eckler a little bit more, man. Toby says ESPN disrespected Gallman with that 12.8 production. Yeah, give him 14 plus. He says, how's my starting lineup? Rogers, AJ Brown, Hopkins, Kamara, Eckler, Logan, James Robinson, Montgomery, Young Wei. I like that. That's actually a really, really solid lineup there. All right, that's good. Mytho, what's up? Connor, Akers, or David Johnson? I'd probably go Akers here, Mytho, for the highest upside, and welcome to the stream. Small Klein, welcome to the stream. What do you think about the next few weeks comparing Logan to Ingram? Yeah, so very, very similar, right? We'll see if Daniel Jones actually gets back, because I think I give Ingram a slightly higher uptick there, because Ingram was getting some pretty wild volume. Let me pull him up really quickly and see what his targets has been like over the last 2 weeks. We're assuming Daniel Jones comes back soon, right? So both are honestly really decent. They're very, very similar. I would probably so Ingram has Arizona, Cleveland, Baltimore. So Baltimore might be a little bit tough. Logan Thomas has. Honestly, I might lean Logan here. Better defensive matchups, and with Gibson out, they might lean on him a little bit more. So I go Logan Thomas a little bit. But yeah, welcome to the stream, guys. Toby says Kuti had a bad matchup last week. He did, and that's why I'm like, there's pros and cons to starting him this week. And me don't care really about Cavs anymore. I know. It's, you know, we're hibernating right now, man. We're hibernating. Greg says, weird to ask, but do you consider benching the Steelers this week? I also have Washington D versus 49ers. The Steelers have been too good. Yeah, and that's probably me catching up right now to you know, all the chat, right? But I wouldn't, like, if you needed to bench them this week, I wouldn't fault you, right? Between Steelers and Washington, let me just look at these matchups again. I'd probably go Steelers, but I'm a little bit worried that the Bills might throw over them. We'll see how the weather is. If there's actually snow, Steelers might be a good play this week. Lucy says my leagues are really thin thanks to added bench spots. Need a QB. Carr, Trubisky, Hurts, Bridgewater, Mayfield, and Dalton. I'd probably go Carr is fine. I think Carr is he might have a tough time. Bridgewater is also a good one. I'd like Carr and Bridgewater the best out of that. No for NBA, and if I can talk, yeah, for sure. Dunny, yeah, for sure, man. Welcome. You're welcome, and thanks for the question. Welcome to the stream. Nesto says, Where's that info at for the defense rank? Yeah, Ness, so go to my videos. One of my most recent uploads will be the top playoff defenses, and all that information is in the description, and I go over it in the video too. So go check that out. I think it's hopefully good information for you guys. Luke says Ty Mark Andrew have flex. Seahawks or Rams D this week? Rams D over Seahawks slightly here. Both are in my top 3 though, Luke. Ty says Cade Cunningham, Jalen Green, and Jalen Sugg would be top 3 right now. I'm hoping Sugg slipped down to number 4 my dubs, but dude, the Warriors are not gonna be picking 4, man. I mean, right? Who's better, Lance or Fields? I kind of think Fields. OH, right? Mr. Sarcastic, welcome back. What up, Daniel? Can you rate my team for the playoffs? QB, Herbert, CMC, Eckler, Monty, Akers. So Herbert's great. Running backs are great. Very good depth there. A lot of running backs, actually. Holy cow, that's a lot of running backs. Wide receiver, D-Hop, Adams, AJ Brown, MT. Tight end, Waller. I think you're good. You have some of the top players there. You could probably add a few more wide receiver depth, but you might not need to if they stay healthy. So I love it. I love it. Daniel, what's up, man? Padilla, how you doing, man? Good to see you back. Toby says, I think Lance should go to your... I don't think he's going to make it there, man. I think the Colts are going to pick after like 2024, so I don't think he's going to get there. Small Clam saying, thanks for answering my questions. I appreciate your advice every week. Yo, thank you so much, dude. I appreciate you. Thanks for coming by. Toby says, if they trade up, potentially. I don't know if they will. I think they're going to give Jacob Eason a chance too. Parsons, I don't know why, but I'm excited for AB this week. Evans and Godwin question. Well, yeah, listen, if you have that gut feeling, start him if you have him, right? Half of this is luck, half of this is gut feeling. Go with your gut. At the end of the day, you should be the one making the decision. I'm just here to, give you whatever information I have. Dave says, if Higgins is in play, what do you think about Boyd over Parker AB? It wouldn't be bad, right? I'm still a little bit concerned about the Cincinnati offense, but Boyd could break it. I mean, he broke a big one last week, right? If Higgins isn't there, sure, maybe. I'm still a little bit concerned. I still think AB has the highest floor, safest floor. Not that it's super high, but you're right. Boyd could be a good play. Sit behind Rivers for one more year. I agree. I don't know if we're gonna re-sign Rivers next year though. Yank says Herbert burned me last week. Crossing my fingers. He's gonna bounce back, guys. We said this last week. We didn't think Herbert was going to do well. We think there's a good chance that, it's the Bill Belichick on rookies, right? Bill Belichick effect on rookies. We thought it might happen. T.Y. Hilton or Mark Andrews at flex. I go T.Y. Hilton, Luke. Dust says Panthers D high ceiling this week. Hosting Broncos. I think they're a very good play this week. I don't know how high their ceiling is, but they're coming off of two pretty decent double-digit games, so I think they can do very well, man. We'll just have to keep an eye out to see how many people end up on the COVID list. That's the big thing. If they have their full squad, I like the Panthers a lot against the Broncos. So it says Dubs got Minnesota top 3 protected first rounders, so chances Dubs getting someone in top. Oh, nice. Okay, gotcha. I forgot about that. Whoever you like, Rams or Pats, I'm gonna do a bet $50. Ooh, Irie, okay. It's gonna go on me, right? Let me think about that, and I will get you an answer by tomorrow morning in my video. That's gonna be a good game, though. Toby says maybe Washington, sit behind someone, Smith like Mahomes. I think Lance is like Mahomes too, okay. Eason has a huge arm. Guys, says, would it be worth a second rounder for the Colts to trade for Carson Wentz? I don't know that we would, honestly. Our GM really likes to hoard draft capital. We've done very, very well in the second round. And I don't actually know what Wentz's contract is like right now. I don't know that our GM is going to do it unless they see something in him that they really like, It was a big surprise that they traded for DeForest Buckner this year. I liked it, right? I think they spent a first rounder on a very, very top tier premium guy who's in his prime. And you guys saw what happened, right? You guys saw the defense, the Colts defense all season, what they were able to do, what they did against the Titans the first game, versus one game they didn't have DeForest Buckner, and they got rolled all over. Henry had close to 150 yards in literally the first half. DeForest Buckner is just a huge impact player. So to me, unless the GM sees something that's like really special about Wentz, I have a hard time as a Colts fan believing our GM, whose tendency is to build from the draft and really like, you know, pay your own and stuff like that. It's hard for me to see him paying a premium. You know, our big thing is we pick up players who are sort of, you know, not as good, and if they fit our scheme, we make them good for us. Look at someone like Xavier Rhodes. He's been, you know, off a cliff, right, since his Pro Bowl year. Everyone thought he was washed, and look at him this year. He's like top. I think he might have been the number one, the cornerback that's allowed the lowest passer rating when targeting him. So that's what it is, right? Nesto thinks yes. Toby says, wait, is the game is tonight? Yes, Thursday Night Football. We're back. Danny says, I'm just chilling, waiting for these waivers clear. What do you want for Xbox or for Xmas? I don't know yet. I haven't thought about that. There's nothing that I like really want. Yeah, I think normally in years I've like wanted something that like there's like one big thing, right? But like this year it's nothing that I really need. I just bought myself a little Apple Watch, and that's been useful. I've been using it every day. But probably honestly little things, you know. I don't know if anyone's here is into gaming, but I was thinking about getting Cyberpunk because it just dropped today. But I honestly just have no time with like YouTube and work right now to play games, so I think I'm gonna hold off on that. So honestly, like nothing really. What I really would want is just like a vacation. I snowboard a lot, so I'm hoping to be able to find you know, some good time to just go out and you know, get out in the mountains and, you know, just shred. So a nice relaxing vacation. What do you want, Dunny? And what is everyone asking for Santa? Because rumor has it Santa might actually show up in one of these streams in the near future. Rumor has it. Who did you claim for waivers? Are you in the playoffs? Yeah, I made playoffs in 3 or 4 leagues. For waivers, in 1 league, let me see. I went for Cam Akers. I went for, let me see. I'm gonna see if my waivers clear at all. 1 league, it's. Oh, okay. One league I just got Cam Akers. I'm gonna also work on stashing defense a little bit. In my other league that I made a claim for, I got, let's see. Other league that I made a claim for, I got Ty Johnson as a stash right now. So I actually need to figure out a wide receiver to pick up from here because I'm a little bit rough on wide receivers. Might have to pick up someone like a Michael Gallup, maybe CeeDee Lamb. I don't know if Marquise Brown has actually been doing okay recently, right? So maybe I have to pick up Marquise Brown. I need a second receiver because Jacoby Myers ain't it, guys. Jacoby Myers ain't it. All right, let's see where we at. Take a vacay like 2 weeks or something. Yeah, I'm gonna have at least like a week and a half around Christmas, so I'm excited for that. Where we at? Philip Rivers or Cousins? Andre, what's up? Welcome. Between the two, let me just look at these matchups really quickly. Philip Rivers, I think is gonna be a very safe quarterback for you, like a QB2. I like Rivers a little bit more because of the better matchup, honestly. He's playing a way easier defense, and he's been honestly doing really well. Who do you think will get Offensive Rookie of the Year? I think it's got to be like Justin Jefferson, right? Who else is there? Any rookies that stand out? Maybe James Robinson or Justin Jefferson. It's got to be between those two, right? I want a fantasy chip for Xmas. There we go. Love. I should have said that. Right? Cyberpunk 2077 looks really nice. I waited for weeks before they patch it up. Yeah. And is anyone here getting? No. Let me know if anyone here is getting Cyberpunk or has gotten it, and let me know what system you got it on. I'm kind of curious. Just make a vid saying what you're doing. Okay. I didn't know you like to snowboard. I always get Pass and Timberline here in Oregon. Nice. Now, yeah, Mountain Hood is one of the ones I like to do. I do the big pass. I've done Icon and Epic before, so yeah, I think I've done a lot of Denver like Colorado and Utah skiing before, so definitely want to go to some other places I can as well. 2020 Christmas, everyone gets a lump of coal, right? Maybe we shall be asking Scanner for a vaccine so we can get to normal. Dunny says the vacay sounds nice. I'm hoping for a lot of gift cards cashed in to buy new matches. Nice. Yo, Dunny, what kind of matches are you looking at? Have you like done your research? Because matches, honestly, matches buying is very, very stressful. It's very stressful. Honestly, when I moved here, I ended up getting a king size. It's very, very unnecessary, but honestly, for 2 people, it's very nice. Because pretty much like with a king, you can sleep. 2 people feel like they have their own side, and we have a dog and a cat, and they just like, it's literally like everyone has their own space. So it works out, you know. Gotta sleep like a king, right? What kind of, yeah, well, I guess, are any particular gift cards outside of mattress you're looking for, Dunny? Dave says 2 or a Glennet. Ooh, whoa, David, why, what, okay, wait, let's back up a step. Why are those the only ones we have? Like, is there literally no one else? Because if it's literally gun to my head, Tua or Glennon, I'd probably go Tua. I'm honestly more curious as to why those 2 are the only ones, right? Pick up Tim Patrick, decent guy, decent like our like wide receiver 3, wide receiver 2 borderline. I think Herbert's gonna win offensive rookie of the year. You know, I think he's gonna win offensive rookie of the year, and he's gonna win rookie of the year, and offensive rookie is gonna go somewhere else, right? Brooks, how you doing? Nothing, you know, nothing 21 plus tonight. It's just a I actually got, it's kind of sketchy, but I got this like drink mix from this like random like Dutch company. They were advertising here and just gave out bags of like this like super concentrated flavored stuff that you mix with water. So I'm drinking like red like mango strawberry or something. It's good. It's tasty. RG3 and me. All right, is Barber worth my time? I don't think so. His yards per carry is atrocious. You know, you play him because you think he's gonna get 2 or 3 touchdowns. That's it. Starting Barber or McKissick, I would go McKissick, especially in PPR. I love McKissick in PPR. Barber's a trap for sure. Low upside, playing against a tough run D and 49ers, not worth it unless, exactly. Listen guys, McKissick gets like 35,000 targets from Alex Smith a game, so if that's not worth a start on PPR, I don't know what else is. Miles, what's up? Dobbins or Mostert? I like Mostert slightly more here. Dobbins was, I think, I didn't watch the game, but I believe he had like a long garbage time touchdown, right? I'm not trusting the Ravens backfield just yet. People were a little bit overhyped about Dobbins, I think. Committee backs, yeah. I still think Mostert is a leader. 49ers fans, please let me know, but I think that they were down a lot. They had to pass a lot more, so they used Mostert. Now, I don't know, out of the running backs between Mostert, Jeff Wilson, the rest of them, who's the better pass catching back, who's the better pass blocker, but I still think it's Mostert's backfield. Mostert needs those explosive plays like in the beginning of the season for sure. Ty says, Miles, I'd go upside of Mostert. He's technically the lead running back, even though it was fugly last week. I agree. All right, W, thanks for stopping by, dude. Take it, yeah. Stop. Don't set another alarm. Just get some good sleep. Yes. But yeah, thank you for coming by. Yeah, has everyone else's waivers? RG3 says they use McKinnon for pass blocking and goal line after Mostert couldn't score in the red zone after. Oh, gotcha. Okay. But hey, at least he's getting the 3 attempts, right? Lee, what's up, man? Full PPR 12 team, Tanyan or Fant? I hit the like button. Oh, thank you so much, Lee. I like Tanyan a little bit. Tony, actually, so sorry guys, I've been pronouncing his name is apparently pronounced Tonyan. I like Tonyan a little bit more for the upside, and because the Packers are a very pass-heavy team. Over the last few weeks, he's steadily getting 5 targets a game, and has scored 3 weeks in a row, right? So Detroit should be a good game again for them. I like him. Last time he faced Detroit, he also scored a touchdown, so maybe he will too this week. Let's see. Ty says, if you ever come up Cali, Tahoe for vacation, oh, for sure, yeah, I'll let you know, Ty. Not a problem at all, not a problem. Jeff says, just wondering, why did McKissick perform poorly week 12, only 2 targets? Yeah, so guys, for anyone who hasn't heard my spiel, when Gibson and McKissick are both healthy, it's game script dependent. If ever the Washington football team are going to be blowing people out like they did in week 12, they're going to be running the ball down people's throats. That's going to be Gibson. If it's ever close or they're playing behind, which in my opinion, for most of the time they're going to be playing from behind, they're going to target McKissick. McKissick is a check down guy, and they're going to use McKissick a lot more. So we actually we predicted that. You know, the Thanksgiving game, we said, listen, my personal prediction was that Gibson was going to have a big game, maybe his best game of the year, and that McKissick's usage was going to be a lot lower. I did not expect him to be like that low, but moving forward without Gibson here, and without having them playing the Cowboys every single week, I really do believe that McKissick is going to be good for a lot of targets, especially in PPR, guys. Alex Smith, his entire career, he's been a check down guy, so. Miles says, Dobbins, Mostert, Bernard. I go Mostert for the highest upside here, Miles. Mr. Yang says, any thoughts on Anthony being one of the worst coaches ever? I don't know what's going on with that. I actually don't know too much about the Chargers. All I know is that their fans throw a hell of a tailgate. If anyone's ever been to a Chargers tailgate, and that's probably the most fun tailgate that I've ever been to. It was a really good time. Andre says, do you think Diggs will do well with Pitt? I think he can. Josh Allen and Diggs, the chemistry is there. I don't. It's hard. I think it's gonna be hard for the Steelers to start them. No, so Yahoo waivers cleared. There you go. Didn't get Stafford, but got Stafford. But okay, it's all right. It's all right. Andre, sometimes you got to start your studs, especially with a wide receiver one. Exactly. Diggs volume is crazy high. Yep. Waivers came in, and we got McKissick. Yo, Akers. Yo, Andre. That's great. Potentially, that could be two of your starting running backs that can do very well for you in playoffs. So, yo, congrats, man. RG3 says, start Cam, Stafford, or Dalton. I'd probably go. Ooh. Are those your only options? Because I don't love those three. If you had to start one, I would probably go Stafford here against the Packers. Prank CMC starts. Yeah, we'll see. He's got a little thigh thing, right? He's got a little thigh thing this week, so we'll see. Bobby says, should I trade Gaskin and Swift for Eckler? I would absolutely do that. There's too many question marks surrounding Swift, and if you can get Eckler for this week, absolutely do that. Jerry says, Chiefs defense or Washington defense? Jerry, are you talking about just for this week? If it's just for this week, I would go, let me look at my list here. I'd probably go Chiefs. Yeah, I like Chiefs here. Chiefs are... I like Chiefs a little bit more, especially if Tua's playing.
What's up, everyone? It's Daniel here. Today we're gonna be...
Sorry, I just restarted my thing. I gotta put this here. Yeah. I like that a little bit more. Let's see where we at here. Female got first in my league with CMC. Nice, Sanjay. That's good. Hopefully he comes back. Alex says, Gaskin or Deontay Johnson at flex? I would go Gaskin here. I think he's a little bit safer play. Ty says, do you believe Zeke will play this week? I didn't simply go through the fantasy news to even notice an article about concerns. I think he's going to play unless there's more to it that we don't know about. I mean, this season I was all about, the media and coaches not telling us enough, right? I think he might play. Dunny, thanks for the sub, man. I appreciate that. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the community. Everyone who's subbed tonight, welcome to the community, guys. It's a really fun little community. Bobby says, if I do that, I won't have very much depth, but I have Kamara. Oh, gotcha. I still think there's a lot of question marks. So I would maybe, Bobby, can you maybe pick up a running back somewhere? Audrey says, Akers versus New England or McKissick versus San Francisco. I think I like McKissick a little bit more. He has a pretty high floor in my opinion, especially in PPR. Brooks says, Connor, Akers, or Kuti. I actually like Akers a lot more. I think Akers has the highest ceiling out of the three, in my opinion. I just think it says I can grab Tua, Glennon, Carr, Hurts, or Rivers. I figure... Oh, no, I actually like Carr and Rivers a lot better. If you want someone safe, I'd go... I mean, this week, I would put Rivers above any of those guys, in my opinion. Yang says Gesicki, Hurst, or Fant in full PPR for the floor. Honestly, let's go Fant because we don't know. Like, I don't love Gesicki as much with Tua. Let's see how he did last week. Oh, he actually did okay. Maybe we go with Gesicki, actually. He actually has an okay floor. The last 5 games, he scored double digit twice. The lowest game has been 5 points. Gesicki probably has the highest ceiling out of those, is what I'll say. I think Fan has an okay floor. Dave says 2 QB league. QB gets the most points, 6 touchdowns, so everyone stacks any QB they can. Lost Burrow, have Kyler, Tua, Glennon, Minshew. Okay, got you. Yeah, Minshew might be okay for you once he gets back. I think I probably prefer Kyler and Tua for this week. Bobby's got Hines on my bench. Okay, so he's like an okay, like if Taylor's there, he's still gonna be like a wide receiver 3-ish kind of guy. Borderline running back 3, borderline running back 2. With upside, right? So it's not the end of the world, but I really like Eckler, man. I really like Eckler. I just think Swift is going to be a headache to start. Not saying that he might not. There's always a chance he gets back this week. He gets 20 plus catches and he's very good. But I think at the end of the day, you have to decide whether or not you're willing to take that risk. With the kind of scary news of his concussion from last week, plus the new coaching staff, right? So that's the thing, is like you have to decide if you really want to take the risk or not. Andre at Bobby Spreader, how are you on YouTube on? But listen, he's got connects. He's got connects. He's got a little iPhone under the covers right now. Ari says Fitzmagic should be the starter. I agree, he should be, but I don't know why. I mean, they've been winning, right? I don't know why. It'll be interesting to see if Tua gets pulled this week. Excuse me. If he doesn't do well against the Chiefs, right? He might get pulled mid-game. Let's see what happens. Nessa says Fitz would have won people with chips. He could have. RG3 says Swift has a trash week 16 matchup. Also, grab Eckler. Yeah, I really like Eckler, guys. I think could be a top 3 could be a top 3 RB for us this season. Honestly, he has a lot of value in PPR leagues, especially. That's where he makes his money. Barbie says, yeah, he does, but Gaskin is a great one against Vegas. Yeah, I think if we're looking at a one-on-one, I prefer Eckler, but you're right. Listen, if you want it for the depth, keep it, right? It's just, do you want to gamble on Swift and how the new coach is going to use him? Because what happens if he splits carries with AP, or like what happens if AP gets more carries? We don't know. I don't know if we have any Detroit Lions fans that can speak to it, but I don't think we know that for sure. And that's the biggest concern right now, is what I'll say. Wouldn't mind taking Eckler PPR first. Oh, well, for sure. I think Eckler is 100%. I know barring injury concerns, he should be a first rounder 100%. Andre says, should I drop Godwin for Kuti? I would not do that. Godwin is the #1 wide receiver technically on the Bucks, and Kuti is the #2 on a worse team. I keep Godwin here. But yeah, Eckler is good. I wasn't as high on as I should have been, and rightfully so, because he ended up missing a lot of games, which kind of sucks, and that's never something that we can predict. I don't honestly know if he has a big injury. I don't know if he has a big injury history, right? But it's definitely concerning. But if all else healthy, I 100% think he goes probably top 7 next year in PPR leagues. I don't mind that at all. Yep. Mike Evans over Godwin. Yeah, Mike Evans has been getting a lot more red zone touches to me, and I have to go back and look at the stats, but to me it seems like Godwin is a rack guy, right? Receiving yards, yards after catch, yak guy. Evans is the guy who's going to be the red zone target, right? So they work well together. Says trust in Josh Allen rest away. I do. He has a tough matchup this week against Pittsburgh, and I'm really debating whether I want to start Josh Allen or Ryan Tannehill this week. I might go Tannehill, but after this, especially if he does well, he's gonna be good. It's kind of like what we said about the Colts defense, right? Hey, they got the Packers. It's a big risk to play them, but if they can do well, start them for the rest of the season, and that's what happened. So I think this is a very much similar scenario. Nesto says, I got Eckler off of waivers. Someone had dropped him after it. Oh, wow. That's a big pick, Nesto. Good job. Mr. Yang says, who do you think will be a top 5 running backs, wide receivers in the next fantasy draft? So we're going to go Christian McCaffrey, Derrick Henry, Dalvin Cook, maybe Aaron Jones or Eckler, depending on your format. I still think Zeke's going to go there. Honestly, I don't think I would pick him top 5, but I guarantee you that,
I guarantee you that Saquon's going to go top 5 again. Could be rightfully so, but I don't think I would pick him there. For wide receivers, it's going to be Adams. It's going to be Tyreek. It's going to be Metcalf, most likely. I think he sneaks in there. Then probably a combination of like MT, Diggs, or Julio / Ridley. That's what I think. It's always very, very similar. It's hard for newbies to break in because people just have name bias, honestly. I benched Kyler the last 2 games and it worked out. Should I bench Kyler this week or for Cousins? I think we go Kyler this week, in my opinion. Cousins has a tougher matchup. I don't think Jefferson's gonna be there, guys. Again, like I said, like he's gonna be he's second year. Honestly, what's gonna happen? I guarantee you guys, with all these wide receivers, people are gonna talk about the sophomore slump, and some of them are probably gonna hit the sophomore slump. But it's hard for me to see Jefferson going top 5, honestly. Rag says McKissick, Hopkins, and A-Rob. I got to pick 2. Alex C, thanks for the sub, man. Welcome to the community. I would probably go A-Rob and McKissick here, maybe. They're all interchangeable. I think Hopkins is fine. Like, it's very, very hard for me to bench someone like Hopkins for McKissick. So I think A-Rob and Hopkins is probably fine. It's very flip of a coin, but A-Rob for sure. Evans, Gronk stack is so dirty. Yeah, for sure. Hop and Rob, Jefferson for sure. I think injuries really mix up top picks for next year. I agree. Gonna look different for every league for sure. Tyson, do you have Taysom Hill locked in your tight end? But no, I don't. I took him out. I didn't feel very good about it, so I took him out, and it worked out for me. So actually, I ended up dropping him. Iris says, would you rather start Eckler or James Robinson in playoffs? By the way, James is rookie RB of the year. Oh, 100%. That's a tough one. I feel like I gotta go James Robinson just because of his track record. Honestly, it'll probably honestly be week to week based on matchup, but for me, I think mentally I have a slight bias towards like running backs who are like the 20-25 plus touches versus the guys who are receiving running backs. I know it's probably a stupid bias, but that's part of why I lean that way slightly. Let's see. Andre says, what rookie running backs will get picked first for night? I'm honestly not familiar with who goes where. Honestly, if you have a lot of probably any running backs that's gonna get the starting gig, I think goes, or any running backs that gets drafted to a team that's in a committee probably goes early too. So I'm actually not too familiar with them. I don't know if anyone can enlighten us with who the top running backs are for next year prospect wise. Let's see. If Ravens get rid of Gus and Mark Ingram, then Dobbins will be the steal. He could be. I like that. The thing is, the Ravens always play in a committee. That's sort of the thing, right? Ravens committee, or Ravens running back, Detroit running back, Patriots running back. It's always a committee, so it's tough. It's just one of those fantasy things, right? Yeah. Ty says, sure, but doubt it will happen as long as Greg Roman's in charge of the offense. He loves the run game, so he wants a stock committee for sure. He really made the offense suffer this year yet. Williams and Jones are both on contract years. If they're gonna go, Dillon will go high. We'll see. I wonder if they're gonna get rid of Jones. I really wonder. Jones looks explosive. He's one of those guys on TV. He looks like he's literally sprinting at 50 miles per hour every single run. But we'll see. Alex C says, who would you rather have rest of the season, end of bench depth? Pollard, Gio, Jacob, Dobbins? I'd probably go Dobbins, Pollard, then Gio here. That's what I like. Dobbins has the best, he has a chance to be the number 1 or the guy who leads the rushing attack for, the best offense there. Pollard is he actually kind of looks good. He has a little bit of value even when Zeke's there, but Zeke has his injury right now. And then the Gio, even though he's a starter now, the Bengals offense just have not looked very good. So, yeah. ESPN waivers clear. I dropped Carolina D for Rams. How'd I do? I like it. Rams D they're solid. I believe Rams are one of the ones that I have as my 3-week holds, right? They are. So Rams, Colts, Cardinals, and Ravens. Those are the guys. Those are the defenses I like in my top 10 for all 3 weeks. So I like it. Good job, Donnie. RG3 says, I think they keep Williams. Jones is too injury prone and would want to hedge contract. Can't remember last time Packers scuffed him, but yeah, that's true. So maybe they keep Williams on a cheap contract as like a change of pace back and go AJ Dillon, right? Maybe. Ty says, yeah, Ty, I think Dunny he picked up the Rams and dropped Carolina. I think that's what he's saying. Octavia, what's up, man? Welcome back. Start 1 week 14. Scary Terry, Deontay, Allen Robinson, Robbie Anderson. Those are my flex. Starters are. I'd probably go A-Rob here, Octavia. Really good matchup this week. I go A-Rob. Keep that grinding. Yeah, thank you so much. Thanks for coming through. Yo, guys, we have 33 people on at 1. This is 1 a.m. Pacific. So this is like 4 o'clock for some of y'all. I appreciate y'all so much for coming through and just kind of hanging out. Keep the questions coming, guys. You know, we can go for another hour if we need to, but keep the questions going and let's chill, let's vibe. And for anyone who's new to here, you know, we do a bunch of random different things. We talk a lot about fantasy. We'll talk about random topics here and there. So it's all over the place. Klenko, 4 a.m. Eastern Easy Stream Watch. Klenko, what are you still doing up this late? You trying to learn a little fantasy football for next year? Join our sub league? Taj guy, what's up? Lamar Jackson was dropped. Oh man, I stacked him and blocked the QB needy playoff teams and got Akers instead of McKissick. I lost Gibson, but I have Cook. Oh, for sure, Ginma. I like Akers a lot. Akers, I think, could be a sneaky league winner here. I'm surprised Lamar was dropped, so that's a huge pick. You know, and not just in addition to blocked QBs, you might be able to even like play him depending on who you have. So that's great. That's great. Vibes are immaculate. I appreciate that, Nesto. Would you rather, Ty says, would you rather pick up Sonny or Peyton? Out of the two, I'd go Peyton. Just because he will be the goal line back. I don't think Sonny is really, or Sony. I don't think he's really relevant in that offense anymore, right? Andre, 11 p.m. Hawaii. Oh, okay. Yo, we actually have a few Hawaii people in here. I don't think Gilbert's here anymore, but we actually do have a few Hawaii boys, Andre. That's cool. How is Hawaii doing in this pandemic right now? Moises Hernandez, what's up, man? Hey, big guy, drop Miami D for Logan Thomas. I do have Goddard. I don't know if I would. Who else do you have for D? It depends on if you need the Miami D. Yeah, it depends on who else your D is here, I would say. But if you don't need him, I think Logan is a good backup, right? And he could even be a good start this week. Taj guy, thanks for the sub, man. Appreciate that. Taj says, hell yeah, happy to see you're doing this, man. Just for sure. Yo, Taj, thanks for finding the channel. I don't know if you're from YouTube or Reddit, but yo, come by. We stream a lot and we have a great community here. So yeah, it's always fun. It's a very chill community here. John says, New England killed the Chargers last week. Yeah, they did. That was crazy. I expected New England to win. I really did not expect them to shut them out. Digging the Christmas vibes. I know, right? I just switched to, we just switched to the Christmas music recently. So I'm glad you guys like it. I'm glad you guys like it. The copyright-free world is limited out there, so yeah, it's good stuff. Only reason I'm worried about Akers, let's see. Jonathan says pick 2 standard, Gio, Gurley, Akers, Dobbins. If you had to go, I'd probably go Akers and Gurley or Akers and Dobbins, but probably Gurley and Akers here. Lee says full PPR 12 team QB, Allen or Herbert. I would go Herbert here. Go Eckler as well, that's fine. Oh, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate that, Lee. I'm glad you stuck around and just hung out on the channel. I appreciate that. I think Herbert and Eckler's stack here is completely fine. Andre says, do you have any worry about Akers getting carries with Henderson and Brown also in the backfield? There's always a worry, right? And that's the biggest thing that's been limiting, honestly, all of the running backs. Last week was good because he out-touched him. He had got 20-plus touches. So there's always a chance and risk playing Akers this week that he may go back to a committee. But if we assume that he is finally being featured, I like him a lot. I agree with you. It could still be a committee, so we'll see what happens. Irie, oh, that's right. You're in Europe. You're in Europe. Octavia says, I'm Mexican. Oh, that's awesome, man. Oh, we got some Mexican friends in here. Andre says, I'm in a small town, Hilo, so I'm not overly out here. Nice, okay, that's cool. I would love to be in Hawaii right now. I would love to be in Hawaii. Are you guys taking visitors right now? RG3 says any scored a kick return, punt blocker. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. They New England Patriots defense went off last week. Andre, I am in consulting. Well, what about you? What do you do in life? Are you a student? Are you working, Andre? Jonathan says T.Y. Hilton, DJ Chark, or Mike Williams. Pick one standard. I'd probably go, if you want to play a safe, I'd probably go T.Y. Hilton out of those three. Although DJ Chark will probably get fed, he definitely has a lower floor in my opinion. RG3 says Henderson was injured last game and missed 2 quarters. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, so there's, again, that's really good input, right? That could very well be it. But here's the thing is, like, I don't know which 2 quarters he missed, but didn't Akers literally get like over 15 touches in like maybe even 20 touches in like the first like 2 quarters? Nessa says this has been a weird year for, it has been. It's all over the place. But this is adding to my question. So I have Cleveland D, Cam Akers cleared waivers, but I have Raheem, Eckler, Sanders, and Z. Do I grab him just to block Utter? I think you should grab Cam Akers because he could be a potential playoff league winner. Cleveland D is going to be good for weeks 15 and 16. It's a little bit more iffy this week. Anyone who's new or hasn't checked out the video, go to my channel, look at one of the latest uploads on the playoff defenses. I have my top 10 for every week as well as stash strategy, so take a look at that and see if that's helpful. But I definitely put a lot of work into it, and I think it's, at least in my opinion, one of my better content, so take a look at that, and yeah, that should be able to give you some good information about how you guys want to prepare, because honestly at this point, you know, assuming that your team isn't riddled with injuries, defenses are honestly going to be one of the biggest things we want to like start stashing and blocking other people for. And you need to be picking up defenses at least a week ahead of time, maybe even 2. So if you guys have the bench space and luxury, I highly recommend go checking out the video and honestly just trying to hoard defenses. This is the one time in fantasy where I will say, yes, go ahead and hold 3 defenses if you need to, because that could very, very well make or break, you know, a championship or not. So go take a look at that video and let me know if you guys have any questions. Octavio says, dropping, turning in notes and going to sleep. I'm on the final test. Want to have a good one? Yeah, for sure. Octavio, yo, good luck on your finals, man. Let us know how it goes. And yeah, good luck. Good luck, man. Thank you for stopping by. Ty says, playoff opponent I'm facing is starting D-Hop, Diggs, Henry, Carson, Ayuk. I currently have Kamara, Sanders, A-Rob, Woods, and Hilton. Ooh, it's a little tough. You know, I'm not going to sugarcoat it, Ty. I think the other team is it's looking a little bit better. I'm sure they're projected to probably do, you know, 10, 15 points more than you, maybe. That being said, listen, Colts are going to take you to the fantasy land, right? For fantasy championships. So let's hope for Howden to drop 45 this week. I'm calling it. RG3 says missed 2 and 3. Gilbert says 14-day quarantine. Oh, if you'll fly over here. Okay, that's right. Oh, Gilbert is back. What's up? RG3 says I'm starting Cam in 1 league. I think it's clear he's the clear RB1. Yeah, maybe. There's just always a chance that it could go back to committee. Andre says if Akers gets 18 to 20 plus touches this week, do you have 100%? I think so. If he gets it again, I think so. Unless, you know, I hope Sean McVay doesn't do anything like that's going to screw with us, but I do think so. Andre says I have Diggs, A-Rob, McLaurin, any scenario where Akers replace. I don't think so. As of right now, with confidence level, you start your 3 wide receivers because we have a lot of confidence in them. Lucy, what kind of consulting? IT consulting, all sorts of different types of like IT and strategy consulting. I'm a grad student researching bioacoustics of Hawaii. Oh, that's sick. Yo, that's actually super awesome. Bioacoustics of Hawaiian forest birds. What's like can you give us like in a short paragraph, like sort of like an explanation of that? Because like I mean, just the title of the name of that sounds like actually really sick. RG3 says I don't think so, aside from Henderson injury. Okay. Irie says, how many defenses should you hoard? I currently got Bucks, but hey, if you need to, hoard all of them, right? I don't recall when you would use the Vikings. You should probably replace the Vikings, but listen, hoard 3 if you have the space, right? Yang says, my earbuds died at work. GG, y'all have a good night. Yeah, have a good night, man. Have a good rest of your work shift. Peace out, dude. And Andre says, Feel you, my wide receiver core is pretty solid, so it would be one of those wide receivers. Akers fighting for the flex position. I appreciate your input for sure. Ty says, if Hilton and the Colts actually carried me to week 15, I owe you dinner. Let's go. Yo, listen, yeah, Ty, if Hilton, we'll see. If Hilton is actually the difference maker, yeah, you buy me, why don't you, you can buy me a beer when I'm up in Northern California. How does that sound? I'll take a beer. I do the same work. Nice. That's awesome. That's awesome. How do you like it, Lucy? RG3 says, those are 3 great wide receivers. Only reason you have Akers is probably to prevent someone else from taking Andre. Yeah, and potentially, you know, just stash bench for a running back, right? Nessa says, every time I watch the Rams, they try to pound the ball in the end zone instead of Goff throwing it in. Yep. There's that one game where they scored a lot of points and it was all running backs, right? I don't remember. It was like 2-3 weeks ago, maybe? You can't get a read that easy, brother. Yeah, no. Gilbert, wasn't there was one more person that was from Hawaii as well, right? I don't remember who it was, but it was definitely one of the OGs, and I don't recall who it was, but I definitely remember there being at least another person from Hawaii, but maybe I'm misinformed. Also, boys, this hasn't been updating, but kind of cool news. We're at 340 right now, so we're getting close. We'll see if we can get, you know, another 10 tonight. If not, it's all good, but we're currently at 340, so that's, you know, cheers to everyone, all the new subscribers tonight. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it a lot. Almost, boys, almost. It's been a good night though. It's been a really good night. You look like you smoke cigarettes. My eyes do look a little like glossy right now, right? I think it's the light here, honestly, because it's actually really bright coming right at me. So I think it's that, but I was gonna actually say I do look a little glossy right now. I do not smoke cigarettes though. It's all good. It's all good. Let's see. Almost 350. Let's get it. Lucy said, I recently switched from Big Four and worked for one of my old clients now. It's always do something I enjoy a lot. Cool to help the work for sure. Lucy, and I'm assuming most of your work is remote, right? At this point, or do you still have to travel right now? Nessa says, yeah, I started Goth that game and got 8. That's what it was. That's exactly what it was. Jackie, what's up? Well, good morning. How you been? He looks total opposite of someone who smokes. I appreciate that, Lucy. MG3 versus Carolina or Akers versus Akers is on the Rams. How has MG3 been doing? I kind of forgot about MG3, honestly. Let me look at him. Oh, sorry, light just fell. Melvin Gordon. I think risk-wise, I believe Gordon is a little bit safer of a play, slightly safer, but I do like Akers a lot. I'm expecting him to continue to be the featured lead, so I think he has a higher ceiling. And I guess I can't really say safer floor because he had some like 3-4 point games, right? I think I lean Akers a little bit more. Let me just look at this again. Let me look at the... I think I like Akers a little bit more. Riskier though, for sure, but I like Akers a little bit more. My opponent spent the rest of his waiver budget on the Ramsey. Dang, okay. Okay, well, I mean, it's a good D in my opinion, but okay. I mean, Akers versus, yeah, for sure. I think I like Akers a little bit more. If you trust in the Broncos this week, I think it's okay, but I'm a little bit worrisome of Melvin Gordon. I think, hasn't Akers outproduced him, honestly, in like the last 3 weeks? Full-time remote these days, Zoom, yeah, Zoom all day. Good, you know, do you like that better, Lucy? Like being able to work remotely, or do you actually like the travel aspect of it? Rams is a top rush defense. Yep, they do. Jackie, I was like, this is the first time in a while I'm going to sleep on a waiver wire, then I wake up right now. There you go. Jackie, how are your waiver wire picks? Did you grab anyone good? Do you think the price track to trade hard to win down significantly due to his recent adventurous investment in bolster certain economies? So I'm not as much of an expert, or like, you know, I'm not as well versed in the NBA world, but from what I guess my opinion is that I feel like no matter what happens, with like rumors and whatever, even if people want out, I feel like people still play a premium for a premium player, so maybe not. What do you think, Ty? Daniel says it's just a little scary since Belichick is a defense genius and scared he'll make Goff suffer. I would say that whole narrative is more towards rookies. It could be, right. He could make Goff suffer, but wouldn't that mean that Akers will get more touches? And I think, hey, that's a very, very fair concern. I think Melvin Gordon looks okay. He's not the Melvin Gordon that we used to know. If you're worried about the Rams, and especially Belichick running back by committee with Akers, go Gordon. They're very similar in my eyes for like what we think confidence wise for production. So if you prefer Gordon, I think you go for him. Go with your gut. I'd much rather go with your gut than what I tell you to do. McVay pretty smart for sure. All right, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. How you doing, man? Late night for you too, huh? Welcome. Nesta says, I don't think teams would give up that much for Harden. They have to give up a lot for assets. Yeah, maybe, right? But it seems like super teams are a thing now, so people are just literally trying to get the best players right now, as opposed to like build. I feel like it's tough to see teams like building and like building off of like a star, building off through the draft. It's tough. The Cavs are doing it, right? But we'll see if it works out for them. So I guess how do you feel about Bills versus Tua? I don't mind them. Let's see, week 16. Let me see what I have. So for Bills, where are my Bills? I'm looking at my list right now. Bills week 16. Not as good. I just don't think the Bills are that great of a fantasy defense, honestly, this year. Ty says, I feel like the Rockets won't trade right away this year. You're right, and the team still got to pay premium for exactly. And I think it's just the nature of super teams because everyone knows that you're paying for it now. I mean, look at all the trades that's been happening over the last few years. People are like literally mortgaging their entire futures for, the 1 to 3 years of window they have for a championship. And if that's the way it has to be, sure. It'll be interesting to see how things go in the future. I mean, look at what happens with the Cavs, right? That's what they did. Now they're rebuilding. But was it worth it? I would say so. Going to the finals 4 straight years in a row, getting a championship out of that after a drought, like it sucks as fans to have to go through, 3 to 5, 6 years of rebuild, but if that means your team is guaranteed to go to the finals for 4 years in a row, I 100% take that anytime. Daniel says, appreciate the advice. Thank you for the sub, man. I appreciate that, and I hope you can join more streams in the future. You brought some really good questions tonight, man. I really, really appreciate that. Really, 341. Daniel, you are 341. Just curious, who are your top waiver picks this week? Let's see. So it's in my video again. I will always refer you to that because that's where I think I really like people going to there for interactive content. For my top picks this week, running backs, I like Cam. Wide receivers, I like Kiki, Ty. Quarterbacks, I like Cousins, Rivers, Bridgewater. Top, I would probably say Ty, Cam, Akers as obvious stance. Guys, if Swift is out again this week, 100% go with Adrian Peterson. He's gonna do really well. He has 4 touchdowns in the last 2 weeks. RG3 says Brayden Barber is without a doubt the goal line back. I really think he's worth a stash. I think he's definitely worth a stash, right? But he's going to be very touchdown dependent. So if you're okay with that, great play. Andre says my thesis is optimizing forest birds monitoring, basically developing a survey approach using acoustic monitors and machine learning to monitor. That's awesome. Okay, that's really cool, dude. Andre? What's the end goal here? Is it more just to get better data for the Hawaiian forest birds, or is there a specific thing that you guys are going towards? Jackie says ended up getting McKissick, gonna be mulling over my 5 running backs. CMC, Mostert, McKissick, Gallman, Dobbins. Okay, I mean if everyone's healthy, I'd probably go CMC, Mostert, and Gallman. You might go CMC, McKissick, Gallman. If CMC is out, I'd probably go Mostert, McKissick, Gallman. Dobbins is the biggest question mark for me. Nesto says years and years of rebuild for me at Kingston. All right. How do you feel about your future in the next 3 years, I guess, Nesto? CMC might be out. I start McKissick over Mostert. Okay. CMC is my best bench player. Yeah, exactly, right? Didn't the Broncos lose a wide receiver 6-week suspension? Who was it? I don't know. Yeah, I wouldn't sleep on Tim Patrick either. He's been doing well. His limiting factor is just Drew Lock, honestly. Lucy says, when I did consulting, I always moved around, so I wanted a remote setup for the longest time, considering a move outside of US. Guessing you're remote too? Yeah, I am remote as well in California. Lucy, where are you considering going outside of the US? Because, I mean, I guess this would be the best time to do it, right? Jackie, I don't think I'm in a position to start Acres any of MCC plays. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I do like Acres this week, but I do think there's a chance that he may not, you know, I think there's a chance that he may not, you know, there's a risk, you know, going against Belichick and being in a committee. Nesta says, West is crazy tough, so I'm not getting my hopes up. It is. Where are you from? We might be neighbors. Right now I live in LA, but I'm originally from Ohio, RG3. What has been some of the wittiest team names you've seen in fantasy? My league has honestly not been that great. The leagues I'm in, they haven't been very good, so I don't think I'm the right person, but I'm sure Chad has some good names, right? Good creative names. Actually, my rent is a little bit it's a little bit higher than what I would like. I won't disclose the actual number, but it is more than I played for in the Midwest is what I'll say. You're downtown? Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm outside downtown. I'm in the suburbs. I'm probably about like 30-40 minutes away from downtown. Airbnb my couch related accounts. Yeah, maybe. No, it's okay. It's affordable, especially with two people paying for the rent. But it's cost of living in LA is definitely high. And I get free fantasy advice. There you go. Cali rent is not good. Nesta, how old do you think I am? Anyone in chat who knows how old I am, don't give away. But we always like to do this because this question comes out a lot. Guys, you guys can go ahead and guess how old. Yeah, guys, go ahead and put your guesses. I'm gonna get some more water. You guys put your guesses in. All right, let's see. What do we got here? We got 25, 24, 14, 22 to 23, 14, 24 to 26. That's the nicest cupboard I've ever seen. I appreciate that. 27. Why'd your bed next to the Christmas tree? Yeah, that's hilarious. I like it. That's a nice carpet. Ari's got it. I am 28, guys. I am an old man. I'm sure I'm older than most of you guys here, right? AHS. I actually don't know what are those abbreviations. I have no idea. Maybe I'm not California enough. Dog bed. Yeah, I know. I got the joke. Yeah, the dog's right there, and then the couch is over there. Yup. But yeah, I am the Frank Gore of this chat. But hey, consistent, right? And everlasting, right? I like it. High school, I'm sure. Oh, that's true. That's true. Could be. Jackie says, Seahawks D got cut by the 1 seed on by. We're starting over the Colts. I don't know if that for this week. Actually, I would hold them honestly. I have them both as really good. I have them both actually as 3-week holds. Seahawks definitely have a better matchup, so if you want to start them, I think that's fine. The Colts have the better chance for you to get those scores. I would honestly just pick them up and hold, honestly, because you're gonna be able to swap between them between each week. You know, like next week, I'd probably play the Colts over the Seahawks. Maybe this week you go Seahawks over Jets. Seahawks on the Jets. Ty says you truly are old. What it was like communicating via Telegram? And you listen, it was tough, right? It took a while, and when you reach out to the shorties, you never know if she was ghosting you or what because of the lag time. But
You know, back in the good old days, we made it work. We made it work. How do playoffs work? Do you play the same person twice in round 1? No, you don't. You get seeded, most likely 1 through 6. 1 and 2 have buys. 6 plays 3, 4 plays 5. Whoever wins, 1 plays the lowest seed. 2 plays the next highest seed, and then after that, it's championship. And that's so it's 27. Perfect. Asian genes, lucky. I guess so, right? Those are Asian community. Oh, gotcha. Asian community high schools. That's the thing here, right? That's true. The SIGs do keep me young. That's true. That's true. Oh God, is that gonna be a running joke now in the chat? Oh boy. All right. Well, I guess. I guess we have to do it, guys. I'm really like 45. It's the Asian genes plus the SIGs that keep me young looking. Keep me young looking. Alhambra, Temple City, San Marino High Schools. Gotcha. Okay. Ah, interesting. How did you know that, Gilbert? What the hell? We Asians don't raise in fellas. Never forget. True. Even the Raiders managed to score 8 when they almost let the Jets. Yeah, exactly. Gilbert confirmed Asian. There's a decent amount, all right. Me, you from the DMV. Moises says, is there such a thing as too much depth? Currently have 7 RBs, plate injury, Harks, trades, playing the waiver, so I have Eckler, James, Rob, Mostert. I think there is, because at some point you're likely gonna. I mean, so right now it's a little bit more tough, right? Because outside of James Robinson, you don't have a super steady guy. I like Mostert, so even outside of James and Mostert, all the guys have some sort of question mark, right? So I think that at some point there is. You just got to think about, like, unless all of them are injured, who are you really going to play? Like, who are your top 4, right? Top 5 maybe even, right? And then probably just do a little bit more depth for your wide receiver. Maybe a backup quarterback, maybe start stashing defenses, right? I'd probably rather have another defense than that 6th or 7th running back. Gilbert says to date a lot of. There you go. Okay, so Gilbert's kind of a player, huh? I like that. I like that. Never enough depth. Speaking facts. Umbrella term for DC, Maryland, and Virginia. I asked because RG3 is on the. Oh, that's true. That's true. Oh, interesting. I did not know. DC, Maryland, Virginia. Okay, DMV. Interesting. Interesting. 8-man league. Ari says 8-man league. Everyone's playing this week. Are we supposed to have buys next week? No. If it's an 8-man week and everyone's in the playoffs, then what you do is because it'll go from 4 matches to 2 to 1. So instead of having the buys, 1 plays 8, 2 plays 7, 3 plays 6, 4 plays 5. Then again, it's going to be like top versus bottom, goes through. So if you have 8 teams and they're all in, you should have 3 weeks of playoffs without any buys. Unless for some reason you guys are doing 2-week playoffs, and yeah, it all depends on your setting, Ari. Ari says this is turning Asian chat room. Well, no. Ty says, all good. Yeah, back in my day, the Pony Express was so efficient. Yeah, listen. Technology, right? Technology. Couple home weeks from MV, though. Nice. Lee says, in 12 team, you play the same team 2 weeks in a row. Winner total point goes. That's a different variation. I'm in a few 12 teams where it's just top 6 makes it, and 1 and 2 have buys. But I have heard of what you're saying is like the 2-week playoffs. I've never actually done that before, so I don't know how good it is. But listen, if it works, it works, right? It's just a different variation. I watch anime, but a Mexican can't be. There you go. Oh yeah, Nesto, you get an Asian pass for sure. RG, probably 4-team playoff with no buy, or what he said. Yeah. RG3 says no. Chai says, as a commission yourself, would you seriously consider upturning a fumble shooting with a QB that was actually RB's fault, referring to Moss's fumble that counted? Oh, interesting. I guess it depends on how at the end, it depends on how the league records it. Because I'm assuming, however it counted for the league, like if the NFL said it was Allen's fumble, then ESPN is going to go with it. If it said it was Moss's fumble, they're going to go with Moss instead, right? Was there an issue where it was at like NFL said it was Moss's fumble, but Allen got dinked for it? Wait, do you smoke cigs?
You don't know at this point, right? That's gonna be the big mystery. We'll do a SIG review at 1,000 subs. How about that, guys? 500 subs. We'll do it a little bit earlier. 500 subs, SIG review. Ari says, yeah, it's a 14 playoff, 4 teams in the winner's bracket and 4th. Okay, so I guess, Ari, do you play this week, bye next week, and then championship in week 16? Is that how it is? Nestor asking, looking like Butters from South Park. Yeah. Yeah, Ari, I'm very curious as to how the 14 playoffs works. I don't think I've seen a bye. I can see you guys playing multiple weeks to do the highest score. I can see you guys playing an extra week of playoff or a regular season and doing 2 weeks of playoffs, but I don't think I've seen a bye in the playoffs before. Lucy, 1,000 subs he will smoke an entire pack. Actually, guys, for those of you that don't know, the goal for end of this year, so 20 days from now, if somehow we are able to get to 1,000 subs, we're gonna be doing Edward 40 hands on stream until we're done with it. So, you know, whether if it's for the fantasy content or you guys just want to see something really entertaining, listen, go tell your friends, family, grandma, cousins, second cousins, whatever, distant uncles, tell them to sub, because guys, if we hit 1,000 subs by December 31st, we're gonna do Edward 40 hands on stream until it's done. And whether or not you guys think that would be fun, I'm sure there'll be some sort of entertainment aspect to that. So, yeah, if you guys want to go see it, get the word out, boys. RGT says, I'm in a 10-man with 4-team playoff, no by 15-16. Yep, that makes a little bit more sense. This is he's going to turn to a 4-year-old after that. Yeah, right. The film showed Moss looking like he had possession when it fumbled, but I guess NFL rule deemed Allen as the last person that officially had a completion. I don't know. I feel like it'd be tough for me. Yeah, at the end of the day, I think, you know, as a commission, I would just go with what the NFL says, because if NFL says, that's it, and you know it's gonna be way dicey for you to overturn it as a commission. You just got to go with what ends up getting decided. A lot of calls are shitty, right? A lot of calls are shitty, but at the end of the day, it's official. It's an official thing, because hey, think about it like this: if a game is a point apart, and last team has a second for a last minute touchdown, they run it in with a QB sneak with a running back. No matter what we see, like if the running back crosses but they officially call it, they didn't cross the line, it's gonna be a loss, right? Think of it like you gotta mimic the NFL, right? You can't just be like, well, I get a win because on tape it looks like it'll cross the line, right? So you just gotta go with the official ruling at this point. That's my take. Edward 40 gets exactly. Sarcastic says same with that, and get tipped because wide receiver shouldn't count towards a QB if anything should be considered a fumble into the yard. Exactly. How bad do you want 6 and 40s? SIG review at 500. Whether or not I smoke 40s, 1,000 subs at if we get it by the end of the year. Edward 40 hands by Christmas tree on light on fire first. Make things in. Maybe. 2,000 subs, we like the Christmas tree on fire. How's that? Yeah, I've never done it before. Honestly, I have no clue how it works, but I guess I'll find out. Yeah, let us know, Ari. I'm kind of curious. Lee says, Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Just say what y'all think. I actually haven't seen it. I need to watch it. Chug a bottle of soju afterwards. Maybe we will. Did you do any Christmas shopping yet? Not yet. I still need to do it, but not yet, unfortunately. Not yet. Daniel says, with Ty emerging as a back alpha, Pittman will probably be droppable. I don't think he's droppable. I think both him and TY are going to get a lot of targets. I'd wait and hold to see how that goes out, but I can see them both being pretty decent. And maybe Rivers starts using it as wide receivers instead of his tight ends. Y'all seen that tweet that said, Mom told the kid Santa isn't bringing gifts because Santa got the Rona? That's hilarious. RG3 says, see what it be finals? Yeah, so maybe. I say, like, let's see how things go, but maybe. How much of your original drafted players remain on your roster this week? It's definitely roster to roster. In one league, honestly, my main league, I lost a lot of guys. I lost Dak, I lost Mixon. Who I have left from my original draft, I have Josh Allen, David Johnson, James Robinson,
Clyde, Rodrigo, Mixon. It's a 6 and 1, so less than half. But that's also because I lost a bunch of dudes too, which was a little rough. Derrick Henry. What are you going on off season to your channel? Yeah, alright, so there's gonna be some fun stuff in the off season. I have a few things planned, and if anyone has stuff they would like to see, please let me know. But essentially, I'm gonna do some stuff continue into the playoffs. Anyone who hasn't heard the spiel, will be doing a subscriber NFL fantasy challenge on NFL.com, so keep an eye out for that. We're gonna do some fun things revolving around the Super Bowl. Otherwise, you know, we're gonna, once we get a little bit closer to the actual season, we're gonna do a few fantasy prep stuff, do not draft list, mock drafts, players, you know, to look at. So all your normal stuff. But we might even do some stuff like, hey, what does it take to run a league? What you should do as a commissioner. Otherwise, one of the big things, and let me know if you guys would be interested in this, is in my opinion, I was gonna do a series on like the best fantasy, like maybe the top 10 fantasy performances ever, and just do like quick history, like it's not a lecture, but like just history videos about like who did what was their circumstance, who it was, what it would be like in different formats. So let me know if you guys think that would be interesting. But I think, you know, for me, this is gonna be a mainly football focused channel. We might veer off to some other sports, I don't know yet. I think most of the community are probably more football people, so let me know if you're interested in stuff. But it's all gonna be very like NFL related for sure. Lost Duck and Kittle rip. By the way, do you think Kittle returns? I don't think he returns. Team with best record, I'll show you guys. This is my team with the best record that I have a first round buy-in. Here you guys go. Feel free to take a look at that. This is a 12-man league. I traded Sanders for CMC, then traded CMC for Henderson. Oof, yeah. I don't know. I guess round rosy spin, whatever. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Not a CH. Okay, that sounds a lot better. Ty says, do you believe Jonathan Taylor should be drafted around 5th next year, or should he be drafted? If Marlon Mack isn't back, he should be drafted a lot higher, in my opinion. He says, I don't know how I'm in the playoffs in that league. It's all Henry. Yeah, Henry is great. Is Matt coming back? We'll see. We might put him on a little like a prove-it contract. We'll see. In general, should fantasy commissioners be the ultimate authoritarian for decision, or should it be? I think it depends, but I think a lot of it should be democracy. My league, we actually wrote up bylaws this year, and it's actually worked really well. I don't think the commissioners should, their only power, in my opinion, should just to be organize things, hold dues, and really be there for like emergency things. But I think there should be rules in place to vote for different things. Whether you need quorum, whether you need like a simple majority, whatever it is. Like one of my lawyer friends, he wrote up something that was way too complicated. I doubt half of us read it, but now we have a bylaw to go look to if we ever need help. I don't think honestly the commissioner is the party planner, right? He's the organizer. I don't believe the commissioner should have any extra power that, you know, gives him an advantage over other people. Like the bench depth, I appreciate that. Daniel says, is Hollywood Brown trustable with Andrews and Steen being out 2-11? He's got at least 8 targets. He could be okay, but I think Andrews is coming back, so I'm still a little concerned about it. I'm actually considering maybe picking up in one of my leagues because I need a wide receiver, but I'm still going to think about that. I just haven't liked him all season. We'll see. Democracy's overrated. Yeah. Damn, your team is crazy. Yeah, this is a good team. I have a little bit of a. You know, I have a weak point at tight end, unfortunately, but we'll figure that out. Got lucky with some picks. Keenan on my bench. Yeah, I still haven't decided that. I like Justin Jefferson and Devontae a lot better, you know. I think they have a slightly higher, but I might go Keenan. I don't know. Yeah, I haven't decided just yet. I don't think I have anyone that plays tomorrow, luckily. They're right. Maybe I go Keenan over
Nick Chubb or Jonathan Taylor, maybe. Nick Chubb has a bad matchup this week, so maybe we bench Nick. You know? How much can you win your leagues? I think overall just a few $100s. I'm not in any like super competitive ones. I like to keep it like fun. Fantasy for me, it's not as much about winning money. It's more about just like, you know, keeping in touch with like old college friends or with like family members, or even just like introducing people who aren't used to fantasy. You know, that's my, like, that's what I try to get out of it. So, you know, I was invited to some bigger leagues. There was one I was gonna do. I think it was like maybe like a $250 buy-in league, but especially with like Corona and stuff this year, I didn't really want to take the chance. And like, I don't know, at the end of the day, I still want fantasy to be like a fun thing, something I look forward to, but I don't want to stress out like too much over it and bring like money into it, if that makes sense. But I'm not opposed to it. You know, a lot of people, we had a guy in here who was in like 15 money leagues, so you know, you definitely can, it can be fun with or without money, I think. All right, Ty, gonna hit the sack for night. Take it easy. Thank you so much. Yeah, guys, we're probably gonna be live for another like 10-15 minutes max. We'll see if there's any more questions, but I also do need to go make my pick'em video. Again, another promotion, sort of like selfless, shameless plug. Tomorrow morning, I will be coming out with a quick short video on my picks for this week. Go ahead and just put your picks in the comments, and this is what you get. For now, we'll see if there are going to be more actual prizes in the future as we get a little bit bigger, but this is your prizes for now, is that you get your name shiny. I'll make it look a little bit better. This doesn't actually look very good, so I'll make it look a little prettier. But if you, even if you don't beat me, if you're the best one out of the winners, you get your name here. But you know, you definitely get more kudos if you can beat me. Listen, I'm proud, you know. But just don't make me get too egotistical about it. 12-3, not bad. We call some big upsets. Jeffrey, thank you so much. Yeah, have a good night as well, man. RG3 says people dropping Booker with a pickup. Booker Barber. I think I like Booker slightly more here. Lucy the Size says, I hear you. I have a long-term competitive league with 3K to win. Got second last year, so I'm finally up. Nice. Okay, nice. Then started a friend league this year to stay in. Exactly. It's the best way to stay in touch with people. This 12-man league I'm in with my college friends, I probably wouldn't be in touch with like 90% of them, so it's great. Dr. Philliesbone, welcome, dude. Good to see you here. You got to see you made it, man. Booker should be an okay RB3 flex this week, but probably not after that. I agree. I says, damn, I think I'm biased about Keenan because he's done great things for me, but I could never sit him. Yeah, I still need to figure it out. I mean, I also have AJ Brown going. I have a lot of like my wide receivers. Like, I'll show you guys again. The wide receivers here are stacked. The wide receivers here are stacked. Like AJ Brown, I'm probably gonna put him in, but like we have Justin, like. I might just go 3 wide receivers here, and I think there's a good chance I might bench Nick Chubb. Like I might go like JT. If AJ Brown, I mean AJ Brown should be a must start here, right? But like, do I start? I mean, I start Devontae Adams for sure, right? I think I start AJ Brown for sure if he's healthy. But then does Keenan go in for Jefferson, or do we put Jefferson for Keenan? Like Jefferson has been playing with a slightly higher ceiling over the last 2 weeks, right? 13, 14, 19, 18. Keenan has what? 12, 18, 9, 4. I mean, it's all relative, right? It's all relative. To me, this punch, Adams, Jefferson, I mean, I don't need to worry about this. I have a bye this week, so I don't actually care at all, so it's fine. But that's just the thing. It's like we have some heavy hitters out here that have really good floor. So, Thielen was out one of the, I understand, but like he was out one of those weeks. Justin Jefferson still performs really well even with Thielen there, so I'm not worried about Thielen at all. The ball goes to both of them. But I go Booker over Barber for sure. What up? Yeah, I don't have too many option moves this week, but I'm trying to make some picks. There you go. Oh, for sure. No, I mean, listen, it's week to week. I just got lucky last week, but I definitely appreciate that you participated, my friend. That was awesome. I would have gone Keenan. Okay, I mean, for sure. Like maybe we'll see what happens, right? I mean, Keenan has a really good matchup this week. You know, like I said, I honestly forgot that I have a bye, so I could just play around with it. We'll see how we do. We'll see if we come up the most optimum lineups. But we'll see. Also, I don't know if people remember this. But ESPN a long time ago, maybe 3 or 4 years ago, had an option where they showed you what your most optimal lineup was for the week. I don't know that that exists anymore. I wonder if they made it like a premium feature or something. Ari says standard league because if it was PPR, Keenan, no problem. Question, it's half PPR. No, sorry, this is actually standard. This one's standard. Should bench all those players so you can edit a roster once. Oh, that's actually true. Yo, RG3, that's actually a really, really good call. Well, no, actually, I can't, not in ESPN. I think that's only Yahoo. ESPN, as long as they play, you can't touch them anymore. So even if I bench all of them, that wouldn't do anything, actually. So that does not fly in ESPN, unfortunately. So we got Panthers defense in the friend league, enjoying first place. Nice, nice. That's so it's only Yahoo. Yeah, I heard about that. How do you guys feel about that? Being able to edit bench players. I guess I don't know if I love that or not. Philly says, not sure if it works in ESPN yet. You can bench exactly Yahoo. That's what I've been hearing. I have Edmonds on the bench. Should I drop him for Pittman? I don't mind that, Lee. Pittman should be a little bit better of a stash in my opinion. Especially if you want a little bit more depth at wide receiver. RG3 says no, you cannot. Yeah, they're locked once they play. Once the game starts, they're locked. Even if they're not playing, if they're IR, I believe, or like injured out. Once the game starts, it's locked. I'm surprised they didn't fix it. Yeah, that's fire. I feel like we should be able to drop players that we start to. If we lose points, that's on us. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think that's just ESPN, right? Each platform is different. I wonder how much of a difference it makes. It's definitely strategy, right? Especially for like something like a it's definitely a strategy. So yeah, we'll see. But I haven't done Yahoo in a while. NFL you can drop as well. Okay, yeah, I should check it. I have like a bot league, not a bot league, but like I used to play in an NFL league that someone like made. And like they just haven't been like good at communicating. I don't know any of the guys, so I haven't like done anything. I should see if I'm in the playoffs, because if I'm in the playoffs, boys, let's look at this. Let's see how this team I haven't looked in 2 years does. Actually, hold on, let me hide this. It's just not letting me in. Hold on. Invalid login. Huh. Yeah, I can't get in actually. I feel like my automatic generated password is right, but it's not like letting me go in. Let's see, forgot password. Oh, well, it won't matter because... whatever. Final password 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. Whatever, it's all good. I'm not stressing over it. Would it be better for you to drop some of your wide receiver depth for RB handout with the upside in playoffs? Because would you ever start Claypool Pittman with your insane? I mean, that's a good point, right? I just don't know if that. So who did I get? I got Cam Akers. So right now I have Gaskin, Cam Akers. See, that's the thing is I don't really need RB depth because I have Cam Akers, who is going to be like my #1 depth guy. Gaskin, Nick Chubb, Jonathan Taylor, and James Robinson. So I have 5 running backs, and I think they're all solid. So I don't really need it. You're right. I think what I can do is honestly probably drop some wide receivers for defenses. So I think that's probably going to be the move and something I'm going to be looking into. Bucks defense is available right now. Cardinals, 49ers, all some like decent defenses out there, right? So I might have to do that. I think I might just have to hoard a bunch of defenses. Yeah. Your team is stacked. The RB and wide receiver will make it for the kicker. Yeah, for sure. Yo, Ari, you don't believe in Hot Rod, man? That's my favorite kicker, man. Nick Chubb the GOAT, he's been doing really well. Rams Brown stack, I don't think either are available, unfortunately, but that's a great stack. Do you trust Kyler like that? I think he'll be fine after this week, especially. I'm fine with Kyler. If I absolutely need to, I could always grab someone else, but I think he progressively gets better and healthier. Yeah, I'm okay with him. 49ers good for week 15. Check it out. They're playing Cowboys, right? Actually, I don't know if I'm super high on them, honestly. I think they're an okay stream. But I definitely have at least five or six guys that I like a lot better than them. So I think they're okay. They're average. I don't think they made my top 10, honestly. Washington for week 17. Who do we have for Washington? Washington, yeah, week 17 might be okay. Still sort of like middle of the pack, but not bad. Browns maybe drop for week 16. They haven't done well lately. I kind of like Browns for 15 and 16. Well, not RB depth, but just players who can become league winners in case an injury happens. Yeah, I agree. Yep, Daniel, that's really good advice. I agree with that. Ari, honestly, no, he's good, but coming from a oh yeah, that's true. I guess that's if you got Youngway, that's fair. Scared to start Browns versus Jets because of those wide receivers. I think they might be okay. Who do you have above 49ers for week 15? So I'll list a few. For week 15, I like the Rams better, Cardinals, Steelers, Colts, Ravens, Patriots, Dolphins, Vikings, Packers maybe even a little bit. So yeah, I do have quite a few. I mean, guys, look at what the Cowboys did to the Ravens defense. The Ravens are a better defense than the 49ers in my opinion, and the Ravens got 3 this week. Also, that's true. Yeah, Lee. Does your league play till week 17? I didn't realize that. Thoughts on Ty Johnson? I see he didn't get claimed in a friendly. Stash him if you can. I think he's a very, very good flex play if Frank Gore is out this week. If Frank Gore plays, I wouldn't play him, but I think he's definitely a good stash. Mercy Sarcastic said it's 3 o'clock right now, so I'm gonna call it a night. But thanks for these streams. I know it's always fun to come chill with everyone on the talk. Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna end probably in 10 minutes as well because we're gonna be hitting 3 hours soon, and I still need to make my picks for this week. So hey guys, if you need a bounce, thank you so much. Good night, Sarcastic, and yeah, hope you make some picks tomorrow. Yeah, none of those are available for me except for Packers and Vikings. Yeah, you know. JB and Casey, what's up, man? Would you start the Steelers or Bucks defense, or can't pick up Cowboys or Bengals? I wouldn't start the Cowboys Bengals. I'm assuming you're talking about this week, right? If you're talking about this week, I'd go Bucks over Steelers. Let me just double check that. I go Bucks over Steelers. And JB and Casey, welcome to the stream. If you're interested, go check out my latest video. It's about your top 10 defenses for every week in the playoffs. So that should be helpful if you do need help moving forward. Or hey, come back to the community and come back to the streams. We have a great time here. Good question. Good question. RG3 says Saints over Niners in week 15. No, I like the Niners better than the Saints in week 15. Lucy says, drop Lindsey or Corey Davis on my bench. I would probably drop Lindsey. But if you don't need to play Ty Johnson, I would hold Lindsey. If you need someone Corey Davis, I would not drop. He's a great wide receiver. JBN KC, yes, it's playoffs. Exactly, yep. So go ahead and go check out the video whenever you get a chance. And I have a list in the description, and I talk a little bit about each matchup. So hopefully that should be good for you. We talk about top 10 for each week and then stash strategies as well. So yeah, if you're interested, go check out the video and let me know what you think, man. I'm just thinking maybe going to court on Monday, not sure. Yeah, there's been so much with like him and like what's happening, right? I honestly don't know what's happening. So Lucy says yeah, they're just bench depth for me right now. Agree, probably better to hope for sure. Yeah, I think so. I don't think Ty's gonna be that relevant after this week. Lee says, yeah, well, that is if I make... Okay, so I guess, Lee, what we're saying is that it's a little bit unusual for people to have Week 17 championships, playoffs. Most leagues end in Week 16. That's due to the fact that the majority of... A lot of teams are going to be benching or not having the starters, so it makes it very difficult to sort of play to our 100% potential when it comes to... when it comes to when it comes to like people getting sat. So that's, I guess, you know, what me and some people were talking about is it's a little bit surprising that you do have something in week 17. That's all. But hey, if that's your league, then you know all we can do is help you as much as we can. And Lee, hey, we'll come back. We'll make a stream just for you going to week 17 because I'm sure you're not the only person, right? Hey, asking but thinking about benching Cook week 16. You're talking about Dalvin Cook, right? Who do they play week 16? Viking schedule. I don't think you need to, man. Cook is one of those guys that's most likely going to be pretty matchup dependent. Even if he has a bad matchup, he's probably still likely to get you double digits, but we'll get there, see what it is. Lee says, I agree, it sucks, but it is. Yeah, exactly. It is what it is. All you can do is try and win, right? And that's what we're here for. We're going to help you win this week, so. Or every week, honestly, so. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. And, you know, honestly, it's not for sure that's going to happen, but hopefully it doesn't happen where, you know, you have to deal with people getting sat. But that's why I guess we also build a little bit of depth, right? And make sure that no matter what happens, you know, injuries, people getting sat, COVID, whatever, we're ready for it. Lucy says Robert Woods is New Orleans or Corey Davis versus Jags. Have a feeling Davis. Cause I think Davis is a little bit safer. Woods, you know, obviously a higher tier wide receiver. I like Corey Davis a lot. I think people kind of give Corey Davis a more crap for no reason. I like Corey Davis here, so I would do that. All right, guys, we'll give it another minute or two for questions. Otherwise, we'll be ending the stream relatively soon. Like I said, I do need to go make the pick'em video. Scary Terry, Swift, Evans. I'd probably go Evans, Scary. Well, see if Scary Terry is healthy. If not, I'd go Evans here. Otherwise, I think let me see. Scary Terry, Evans. Let me look at our matchups really quickly. I'd probably go Terry otherwise if he's healthy, for sure. A video I thought you were gonna... I know, I need to make one more video, and that's, you know, the grind don't stop, right? But to anyone who's still here, the video is gonna be a short, less than 1 minute. It's actually a YouTube short, technically, but it's gonna be a short 1 minute video where I'm gonna ask, I'm gonna give you guys my NFL picks for each matchup. What I want you guys to do, if you want to participate, is just go and put in the comments who you think is gonna win each matchup. And at the end of Monday, Tuesday, whenever the last game is, we're gonna count it up and just see who does the best. It's just a fun little interactive thing. So if you're interested, I highly recommend you guys go do it. We had a great turnout and it was really close. Our viewer record right now for best record is 10-5. So if you're the best one of the week, you get your name stamped up here. So go check it out. But yes, I think yeah, at this point we're almost at 3 hours. So hey guys, thank you so much for a great stream. If you have any more questions, just post in one of my videos. YouTube is the best way to get in touch with me. If you're on IG, you guys can follow me at DZ Fantasy Football. I put some like random interactive stuff on there, surveys, questions, and stuff like that. And I do post when I'm live. So whatever you prefer, I definitely respond the most on YouTube. So yes, do you do rankings? You read some defenses a bit ago. Yeah, I do starts and sits, waiver picks, and I had my playoff rankings. So those are the things I focus on. We were talking about doing player rankings before, but most people thought it was going to be less relevant because people care more about the people that were like the Derrick Henrys or Devontae Adams and stuff like that. No, so yo, thank you so much. Yeah, I'm glad you came from Reddit. I know one of the viewers, Parth, I think, posted in there. So hey, we always welcome Reddit people. I'm a Redditor myself as well. Yeah, no copying each other. Exactly, no copying each other. All right, well, thank you guys so much. This has been a really fun stream. We're close to that 350, guys. You know, we'll hopefully hit it next time, but we'll see what happens. Remember, Edward 40 heads at 1,000 subs if we hit it by the end of the year. But yeah, look out for the video tomorrow. I hope everyone participates. It's really fun, and yeah, thank you all again. I appreciate everyone here. Have a good night, get some sleep, and most likely the next stream will be tomorrow night, an hour before Thursday Night Football, just to kind of chat and talk a little bit of football. So if anyone's available, see y'all then. But yeah, good night and peace out, boys and girls.